What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Footy with an Edge. We're back again for a chill Saturday stream. Just enjoying the Liverpool Leeds hate watch. You know what I mean? This just seems like a game that I'm supposed to watch and hate watching. So I'm loving it. The timer is synced up, guys. I do have a better stream today, so no complaining about me being too far behind. Okay. I am exactly lined up with the game. Perfect. Awesome. How's everyone doing, man? I hope I am live. Do see myself here. See, how's everyone doing? Semix is here. Says, "What's up? What's up, Semix?" Okay. I'm seeing some error on my side. Nope, it's good. All right. Okay, Ayush says all good. All right. Yeah, how's everyone doing, man? Excited to be here with you guys today. Watching this Liverpool game. I didn't catch the first 30 minutes because obviously this was the time that was convenient for me to go live. But looks like Leeds have some chances. Goat Anthony appreciation comment. Absolutely, bro. Anthony is the GOAT. Stream time is about 45 seconds. I literally have the only paid stream I can get in Canada. I have that on right now, so there's not much I can do beyond that. Please give me something United related to hold on to. What's their hope for? Chelsea drew to Bournemouth, were the crap team. Explain that. I think there can be two crap teams. I don't think Chelsea's the only crap team. I think we're crap in the sense that we can't be consistent, right? We're relying on too few a set of players to carry us through difficult moments. And that's the issue. So yeah, that's kind of all I have to say there. But what does the table look like? Let me just take a look at the table. Hold on. Premier League. We got Everton is in 5th, bro. We're in 12th right now. If we draw our game, I think we could go to 9th. If we lose, we stay in 12th. But if we win, we go up to 5th. What is this league, man? I don't understand this league. This is funny stuff. Imagine Man United giving Wolves a win. It's not that hard to imagine, bro. This team has taught me anything can happen. If we could give Europa League to Spurs, then we can give a win to Liverpool to Wolves. I think if Liverpool draw or lose this game, we'll go on and draw against Wolves. It's like where Batman and Liverpool are the Joker, inseparable. Yeah, I agree. And I guess Chelsea or Alfred. Brighton and Palace could win. Oh yeah, games tomorrow as well. Fair enough. But we have to win. Like this is a game we have to win, right? But I think the other topic we're having today is there pressure mounting on Amorim, right? So let's get Semix into the show here. Semix, how we doing, man?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
I can't hear you. I don't know if it's on my side.
Ooh, hold on. Let me figure this out.
Okay, it must be on my side. Give me a second.
Hello?
My device is connected.
You sure? Mine says StreamYard's telling me I'm on.
Semix?
Yeah. I just text you. I text you.
It's on my side. Hold on. I don't know what it is. Interesting. I cannot hear you. Why is that?
Are you using OBS?
Whoops, guys, I might have screwed something up because my headphones are plugged in, but I can't hear him.
Yo, can the people hear me?
Yeah, I'm using OBS. Yes. I had the
You
same
have to
settings for Riverside, but
you
I'm
have to have
using
monitor.
StreamYard
You have to
today,
have monitor on in
and
OBS.
it should be working. But
Have to have
let me see.
monitor.
I'll just get you off stream for a second while I figure this out, Semix. Okay. So what is the issue here? Yeah, he is audible by the stream, but I can't hear him for some reason. No, Red Army. Like, I know you can hear me. I know you can hear Semix, but I can't hear Semix. That's the problem. Yeah, well, he didn't actually help me set this one up. I did this by myself, but I didn't do anything wrong. I just maybe I just need to refresh my StreamYard. Yeah, because nothing's playing from StreamYard in my ear either. Okay, must be a headphones issue. Give me a second, guys. I'll just reconnect my headphones. Yo, I think you might be audible now. Can you say something?
Yo, hello. Can you hear me?
Okay.
You got it?
My headphones, yeah. It was my headphones.
Okay.
No
Well,
shit. Set up the
that's
same.
an easy one to solve. But some people are saying my face is blocked by the scorecard. I can't. Obviously, I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
watching your
I'll
stream.
get rid of it. Yeah, I'll get rid of it. Hold on. There you go.
I can't see. Obviously, I'm watching through StreamYard, so it's all good. I'll
Yeah,
just take your word for it.
you're fine now. Okay. So how are we feeling, man?
I'm not.
You
I'm
got a
not
day
feeling
off
too
today? Are
great.
you going to work?
No, I don't work Saturdays. That's why I usually do
Oh, nice.
watch-alongs on Saturdays when we play on Saturdays.
Right.
I'm not feeling good, man. I'm starting to see like the main content creators, everybody switching into this like Amorim out mode. I feel like the Amorim out movement is growing. Give me a second. I'm trying to read on my screen too. Yeah. So I feel like the Amorim out movement is growing. It's actually a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm working on the tactical breakdown for the game from 2 days ago, just trying to make sense out of it. And honestly, we didn't. And I know I said this in your watch along that we weren't playing that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched the game again?
I have not. Actually, just quick story, guys. I was up till 6 a.m. yesterday because I got into some technical issues with a video that I wanted to put out. It was about the World Cup draws. And then I halfway through making it realized I made a mistake, so I had to reshoot. And then after posting it, I realized there was another mistake, so I had to put it on private. So I basically had like no time. I had like 5 hours of sleep today. I'm looking this fresh because I had I spent like what's it called, some nice time with my wife this morning, and that was good. But other than that, I'm feeling like shit. But yeah, I haven't seen the game back yet. But from what I remember watching, actually, the patterns of play, even the conversations we were having, they were actually decent. Actually, some new things that we saw that we hadn't seen before. What are your thoughts having watched it back?
So I only watched the first half again because I watched the first half literally 3 times. And the way I mean to say that is I didn't watch it once and then rewind and watch it again. I'd watch it, and every play I would rewind and watch that sequence again, just to see like, okay, am I seeing what I'm seeing? Right. So in summary, I watched every sequence 3 times, and I've only gotten through the first half. That's why it takes me so long to make tactical breakdown videos. And I'm thinking I'm just going to make a first half one, and then I'm going to do a second half one later, because I want to get it out before the next game. And honestly, just watching the first half, I saw a lot of good things. And that's the half that everybody said was our bad half. And I saw a lot of good things, just not great final touches, not great final passes or final shots. We would get near the box, and I wanted to count how many times we got near the box but didn't get the ball in the box. And I thought that number was going to be high. That number was not high. It was 70% of the time when we got near the box, we got the ball in the box. But then it would be a bad cross or a bad touch or a bad dribble. That's why I always say it's not on the manager. Like, I don't know how that is. The manager's job is to get the ball there.
So many players had a bad game with their touches and all that. And Mbeumo was bad. Cunha coming back from his concussion. There were a lot of players. So answer this question. In the first half, who do you think was our worst player?
Cass.
Second?
Probably Bruno, because he's expected to do more. Not because he's so bad, but probably because, like, I was expecting better passes, better touches. Yeah. But they weren't horrendous, but he's Bruno. Like, he didn't play like Bruno.
So that's how I felt about both Cunha and Mbeumo, because, you know, if you look at the 3 best players in our team, it's those
Cunha's tied
order,
for
right?
second. Cunha's tied for second. Cunha was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Cunha was pretty bad. Yeah. Good.
That's what I thought too when I was watching it live, because it was, for me, like, there was one time I remember vividly where he was at the edge of the box on the right hand side. He had rotated over, and he had a cross to make from a second ball that came out to him, and he hit the first man that was 5 yards away from him. I'm like,
him and Delo, him and Diogo Delo have that same problem. I actually made in the video. You're gonna see exactly what you just said. That the cross has to get past this guy, and him and Delo constantly hit the first guy. Whereas on the other side, Mbeumo and Ahmad did not have that problem.
Yeah.
And then Xerxes was okay. He was hit and miss. I wouldn't call it good.
His link up play was really good. That's what I noticed. Like on the left hand side, there was one time when he kind of did have you seen the Harry Kane clip from like Der Klassiker that's been going around on social media from a couple weeks ago? There's a clip of Harry Kane where he picks up the ball in his own box, passes it forward, picks it up in midfield again, passes it forward, picks it up at the edge of the box, and he scores, right? So Xerxes did something similar minus the scoring part, which he went all the way from the left edge of the box, went into midfield, then went to the edge of the other side on the left-hand side, and he was really good in build-up. I felt like if we had 3 or 4 more players have the same touch and pass as Xerxes, we would have been a lot better in that game. You know what I'm saying? I thought Xerxes was one of the only players that actually had his touch right. And like you said, Casemiro, Bruno, Cunha, and Mbeumo, all of those guys. I thought Mbeumo was worse in the second half than the first half. But yeah, it's just impacting us too much, because you see the game before that, Ahmad doesn't have a great game, but Mbeumo has a good game. And in this game, Mbeumo kind of fades into the game, but Ahmad has, you know, a decent game throughout. So that's the kind of problem we're dealing with, right? And it reminds me so much of I want to call it the Onana effect, where the whole team plays so well and he just lets 2 goals into the net and then everyone's deflated, right? So it's like people making mistakes that's pulling down other people with them. And that seems to be the issue.
And I think that's an issue because we don't have a full roster. I think that competition on the roster is so important that people are just neglecting to. When I say people, I mean social media, the masses, right? The masses are just like, okay, we keep losing. The manager's bad. We need to get rid of him. He's not good enough. Okay. But the next manager is going to have the same problem. There's not enough competition on the roster for everybody to play at their best. I'm trying to kind of change my message to, listen, you can want Amorim out. I get it, because I understand frustration, but just understand the next guy is going to have the same problems. Like, this isn't, the root cause is not being addressed. And I don't care what kind of project you're running. If you don't address the root cause, the problem will still exist no matter what you keep changing, right? And that is kind of what we've done for years. You know, recruitment has been the problem for years. And we keep chopping and changing, and people keep thinking like, why can't we get the manager right? You know what? How do we know we didn't get the manager right? How do we know Ralph Rangnick, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, or any of these people were not right? Make sense? Like, and then I've heard stories, or I've heard people commenting, it's not even exciting football. It's very dull. It's boring football. But it's not supposed to be, is what I'm trying to get at. It's like, that's only happening because
also yesterday was boring in the sense that we couldn't execute on the ideas, right? And I guess that's the overall point, that the idea is there. It's the coach's job to provide the idea, the philosophy. Remember when Ralph Rangnick says that the coach's job is to get it into the player's brain, veins, and something. Well, I forget what the saying was, but essentially the players should be so good at knowing the system, like so innately, that they could do it in their sleep. Right now, they can't do it when they're awake, full of adrenaline, right? And that's the problem right there. And I read a comment on my video. I made the Amorim out video. I don't know if you've seen it, but basically I gave 5 reasons why someone would want to be Amorim out. And I thought they were very fair reasons, right? It's not like you or me don't see the reasons for Amorim out, because we have a pros and cons list that we follow as well, right? There's a list of pros, there's a list of cons, and I see every single con that people are complaining about. But then I see a bunch of pros and a bunch of mitigating circumstances for each of the cons. And another comment I read was, if we hired Pep or Klopp to come in today, like hypothetically, they would take 3 years to get this team back to the top, unless you're talking about a crazy window where we sign like 12 players in one window. And even then, it would take them 1 full year to bed the team in. Look at how Liverpool has spent all this money, and they're struggling, right? Because it's all a lot of new players, maybe 1 or 2 players like Isak that have, thrown the toys out the pram to get the move, right? So there's a lot of things that we don't realize. We just want to be negative and kind of be happy with being negative. That's what it feels like sometimes.
I don't even think you can get a Pep or Klopp because they would want that in the contract. They would say, I want 12 signings this summer.
No, I'm just saying hypothetically.
Right. And how do we know?
Yeah.
You heard the stories about Tuchel turning us down like 2 summers ago or whatever it was?
Yep.
How do we know that wasn't what he said? How do we know he didn't say, yeah, sure, I'll come if you give me 12 signings this summer? And it doesn't seem unreasonable. It might not have been 12. It might have been 8. You know what I mean? But the point is that he might have had a stipulation that the ownership was like, well, we're not going to put that in writing. And then he was like, all right, then I don't want the job. You get what I'm like? Anybody that powerful like Pep or Klopp is going to look at this roster and go, I'm not coming to work with these guys.
We gave that power to Ten Hag. So imagine what we would have to do to get a Pep or Klopp to come in. In fact, Klopp, before he went to Liverpool, said no to us. And at that time, we still hadn't made a lot of the mistakes we've made today. So, you imagine, had he said yes to us, like what could have been, right? Because I still think we would have been better than we performed. And then Liverpool would have been worse. So that's a 2 birds in 1 stone. But speaking of Liverpool, they're 0-0 in the 47th minute here. And
they're actually showing me a lot of walking around from this. Look, I haven't been paying attention to this game that much, but just looking at it, I'm looking at Liverpool players walking, and I'm going,
the intensity isn't there. And he dropped Salah for the 3rd game in a row. And listen, I had this conversation with the Liverpool fan as well. And I was telling them, listen, if you want something out of this season, forget about sacking Slot or not sacking Slot. Let's assume you want him to stay, which I also think is the right thing to do, because it's the same thing, right? If you're asking for Amorim to get sacked, it's even worse to ask Slot to get sacked. He won the league last year, right? And you have to realize there's all these issues that are causing them to be the way they are. And Salah is one of the big issues because he's lost his pace. He's lost what he gives you in the final third. And he also doesn't track back. So teams are just exploiting them like left and right. And any team that plays physical against them, it's actually a lot of the same problems that we have. Any team that plays physical against them, they just get run over.
Hey, do you think that's a hunger issue? Do you think that's just players are happy and content
I think
with
some
their
players,
lives?
I think some players it is a hunger issue. Like I think Konate has his eyes set on Real Madrid already. I think with Van Dijk, it's the same issue as Salah. I don't think it's hunger. It's more they're getting older, and that half a second of reaction time that made them elite is now just making them look average. I think Van Dijk is also one of the more overrated players in Premier League history. This might be a hot take because you go look at his defensive numbers and all that. If he was playing in the Vidic and Rio era where there was less system football and more one-on-one and all that, um, then what's it called? He would struggle a lot more. I think the system also covers up for his weaknesses. And one of his strengths is he's a volume passer. He's a great progressive passer. But I don't see anybody complimenting him for that. They're just like, no, he's the best defender in the world, right? Whereas actually in the system that he plays in or he played for in Klopp, he suited that very well. And so it brought out his strengths. And also, all the, Jamie Carragher had his head up his ass, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. If you're waiting for me to say something nice about a Liverpool player, you're going to be waiting for a long time.
I'm waiting for you to say, yeah, I agree. Like from, you see, even the way he's defending, man, he did the twerking thing again against the last team they played against.
I don't like him as a player. Yeah, I don't like. If there was one player I would have wanted from Liverpool in the last 5 years, it would have actually been their goalkeeper. Now I don't even need him anymore.
Allison, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So for me, I would have taken in this last like period, if you're looking at it, I would have taken Salah.
There's too many times where I've been yelling at the TV because of something Salah did. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
No,
but then it's like I don't know. Do you like watching movies or TV in general? Yeah. Okay. So you know how you watch a movie where there's like clearly good guy, bad guy, right? Like take Avengers, any movie that has a good antagonist. When you watch that actor and you actually hate him, you know he's doing a great job with his acting by playing that character. Sure. Right? So I feel the same way about Salah, that as a Liverpool fan, trust me, dude, he scores every single time against us. In fact, the highlight of our win this year was him missing that shot into Rosette when Lomans came out and made himself big, because I just hate him. But I'm just saying, like in an alternate universe, had he come to us instead of going to Liverpool, I think we would have enjoyed him, right? We would have taken care of him. We would have been better to him than Liverpool fans are being, because they're just
in that era, we didn't have a right winger, so you're probably right. Because we did not have a top.
How much money, dude? We spent Sancho, Anthony.
Yeah.
How many players did we go to fix our right wing problem? And he would have just been good. And let's not forget, 17-18, his first season, he broke the goal scoring record. He scored like 34 goals in the league, or 32 goals, or whatever it was. So instant impact. You know what I'm saying? And he was only like 40 million. There's so many positives to that signing. Let me just see some of the. Oh wait, I gotta go fix this, dude. Hold on, I need to mark halftime on the overlay, otherwise Sean's gonna yell at me.
While you're doing that, I want to read some of the comments without playing the video. I want to see what people are saying about any of the stuff we're talking about here. So see what happens during winter transfer window. We need 2-3 more players, then go all out in the summer. Who is that? That is Poppy PK. Poppy PK's got the right idea, man. Like, I don't know what happens if we don't sign 2 or 3 players this summer. I mean, this winter, sorry. In the early days of my channel, I was making a lot of videos where I would really say a lot of things about Ineos during the bidding, during the Qatari Ineos bidding fiasco. I would talk about how they were doing at Nice and how like the football wasn't great and they weren't really finishing in high places and stuff like that. And then I turned a stone, a corner, if you will, because I started seeing Ineos. Well, first of all, they won the bid, and then they started coming in and making changes that I actually agreed with. Not Dan Ashworth, but everything else. And to this point, I'm very happy with the progress they've put in place, I think, in my opinion. Not the layoffs and not the heartache of people losing jobs. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about football. This winter is going to be another one of those turning points for me. This next month is going to be a big one for me. And I apologize ahead of time, because I've been positive for a long time, but I apologize ahead of time. If Ineos doesn't do anything this winter, you're going to see some negative videos on my channel.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a good shout. I saw something reported by United People's TV, so I don't know how accurate it is. I didn't really see it elsewhere. But there were shouts that Tyler Adams from Bournemouth, that we might be in for him in January, right? I actually think we're so bare bones in the midfield, and that has been more evident than ever in the last 2 or 3 games, that I think even getting a Tyler Adams into this team might make us look that much better. You know, even if it's a loan signing for 6 months or something like that. I just don't like Gallagher because the wages are too high. For unless it's only a loan and no obligation to buy, then that I'm fine with that. But
Tyler Adams won't be alone. He's too important to Bournemouth. We'd have to buy him.
Okay, whatever it is, I'm just saying. I'm giving you an example of a player that we've been in for before, by the way.
Yeah, but would you take him? I'd take him.
Yeah, I would. That's what that's what I was thinking. Like in my head, he's got good pace, he's got good physicality. He's a decent short passer. He's like a pit bull, right? He's gonna go, like you could say a similar profile to Joao Gomez, but I actually think it's becoming so bad with Casemiro that even his passing, his composure on the ball isn't good enough anymore.
I don't know this stat, but I would argue he probably covers more ground than Joao Gomez. And I'm the guy who says nothing but positive things about Joao Gomez. Is there a way you can find out? Like,
I'm gonna check. Yeah, hold on.
I would love to find out if he covers more ground, because when Tyler Adams plays, I never see him rest on his laurels. Like,
oh, he's 3 lungs. He's like 3 lungs Park for sure.
Yeah, so you're not going to expect him to make that final pass or take the shot, but he's going to do what Ugarte was supposed to do, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you can find that out, because I'd love to know how much.
I'm just checking right now. Let's see. Joao Gomez. Not shot.
Rishi says Tyler Adams is Joao Gomez, basically. Got Romed 1990. Honestly, I would like a more experienced center mid. We need someone to make an impact now for Amorim's sake. Totally get that, Romed. It's just, with the
January, it's about the availability,
window,
right? Yeah, right. It's about the availability and who's there, because I think we're so bare bones that Adams makes us better. I wouldn't go as far as Goldbridge saying Jordan Henderson makes us better, but yeah, his value is 20 million according to Transfermarkt. Contract expires 2028. Honestly, like, are we saying no to this for 30 million?
Yeah, exactly. I think it would be 30 million, and I think you take it. And that's a roster player, guys. That's a squad.
Yeah,
player
it's a squad player. Yeah.
Right now he'd come in as a starter. I'll tell you that, right? Like, he will definitely bench Casemiro within like 3 training sessions. As soon as he understands the system and what he's supposed to do, Amorim would put Casemiro on the bench and Tyler Adams would be starting. But I think in the long run, you get Baleba or Anderson or any of our other targets, and Tyler Adams becomes a squad player for you, and you can sell off Ugarte and you can feel okay about it. Because right now, even if we don't like Ugarte, we can't sell him. Like, we need someone on the bench, right? So, guys, I think that's not a bad shout, and I think it's not a bad move. I don't know United People's TV. I don't know Sam. I don't know where he got that from. But I actually do hope
a website where they post stuff. And I was just thinking about it as a thought exercise because I was looking for topics for today's stream. And I was considering talking about Tyler Adams, but I was like, there's not enough verifiable news there. But I think it is good as a thought exercise in the sense that, would he make our team better? And I actually think so, because we're so, like, you know how we talk about Ugarte as in he gives us legs, but he's so bad on the ball that it's actually worth just leaving him on the bench. I feel like Casemiro is getting into that category for the opposite reason now, where you think he's so good with his passing and composure most days, but he's so bad with his legs that you're just like, dude, I don't want him.
And also his price might be the opposite of what normally happens. His price might be cheaper in January, because if he has a good World Cup in the US with Team USA, if they get all the way to a round of 16 or quarterfinal, and he has one of those really good World Cups, his price might go to 50 million. So now might be the right time to get him. Usually it's the opposite, right? Like, January is more expensive than summer, but for this case, I think if you are interested, if Wilcox wants him, this might be the time.
Yeah, we should just actually, you know what? This might be too big brain to say out loud, but do you think they would swap Ugarte for Adams?
I don't think
With like some
Bournemouth. Maybe Bournemouth wouldn't pay Ugarte's wages. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah,
I'd
that would
love
be
it.
the only problem.
I'd actually love it, right? Like, but I don't
No,
know if
we'd get
Bournemouth
some
would.
money as well because Ugarte is still worth more than Adams. But again, when you say that, when you put it that way, it's like we're getting rid of one squad player for another squad player, right? There's not real improvement. We do get his wages off the books, and maybe Adams is lower wages. And I think what's it called? You know, maybe we do some type of Semenyo plus plus Adams, and then give them Ugarte. Um, there's so much there's the conversation around Mainoo, man. I'm so bored of it. I'm so bored
That's
of the Mainoo
all I've been
conversation.
hearing for the last 2 days. And
I'm
guys,
so
like,
bored.
please, if you're here and you're listening to me, I'm not speaking for Andy. Andy can speak for himself. The laugh during the press conference was not Amorim laughing at Mainoo. I'm sick of hearing that. That was Amorim laughing out of frustration. I do the same thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a cultural thing. It's the, let me guess, you're going to say Mainoo, right? And then the press guy says Mainoo, and then the person laughs because it's either laugh or cuss him out.
It
Like, those
wasn't
are the
just
two.
sorry, it wasn't just yeah, it was more like nervous laughter, I think, in the sense that, you know, like sometimes you're in a movie and you get a jump scare and you end up laughing, right? I think that was more what it was, because he's like, oh, this again, right? In that sense. And I think it was Carl Anka that asked the question, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
That he got
was.
kind of
And
upset about. And Carl Anka, I think Mainoo is like Ghanaian origin, and Anka is also Ghanaian.
yeah, because
Um,
Carl asked, like, why don't you put more offensive minded players on instead of like Ugarte and stuff? And then he said, who's more offensive than who's already out on the pitch, right? Like, he's like, who? And that also showed, before the main question, that also showed your manager's mentality. Like, your manager's telling you, who? I got nobody on the bench. He's literally saying that without saying every single word I just said, right? He's saying who's more offensive. That tells you what he's thinking. He's thinking, I don't have it. There is no one. There is no one to come in and
yeah,
and get the goal for us, or you know, with Maguire. By the way, if Maguire wasn't injured, he was healthy, that's probably he would have been his offensive
the
play.
attacking sub, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been put
Yeah,
Maguire in and cross him.
and that's the crazy thing, right? You guys want to know this crazy thing? I'm about to go on a tiny bit of rant about Roy Keane, because I saw his reaction after the West Ham game with Slaven Bilic on Sky Sports, and he kept going on about, you know, once we're a goal up, why don't you just sit back and soak up the pressure and don't concede and defend well, etc. Right? And this is a guy who sat in an air conditioned studio at the stadium watching the game. Okay. So he can go out the window and see what's happening. He can watch it on TV. He probably has like 15 angles of everything that's going on. And he has analysts available to tell him whatever he wants. Semix, I know you said you didn't rewatch the second half like you watched the first one, but you did watch the game, right? Live.
Yeah,
In the second half, we conceded because we were struggling to get forward. So we were effectively just defending for our lives. How much time did West Ham have the ball at the edge of our box? And that's how they ended up scoring. So this guy is telling us to do a strategy that we did and we ended up losing with. And the second thing is, anytime, um, what's it called? If Roy Keane was managing United, guess what he would do with Maguire? He would throw him up as the striker. And when Amorim does that, they use it as a stick to beat him with, right? Because they say, oh, Maguire is his best striker, or Maguire is his best attacking option. That happened so often last season after the Europa League games that we won, and, you know, Maguire scored and all that. It happened so often that it was just a stick to beat Amorim with. So no matter what, they'll find negativity, right? Like, that's what I was telling people, that there's a good chance that Mainoo actually starts against Wolves. I actually soft predicted it for West Ham, because I thought, no way Casemiro and Bruno can play 2 games of 90 minutes each. And like Mount, for example, didn't play a second 90 minutes. And if he starts against Wolves and he has a crap game and we end up losing, guess whose fault it is?
Amorim.
Yeah, because they're going to say
I
he's
don't.
rusty because of Amorim.
Yeah, I don't think he'll start against Wolves personally. Maybe because of the Instagram thing, but he might. No one can actually say, right? My thing is like it's a lose-lose situation for the manager. It's a lose-lose because if Mainoo performs well, oh, Amorim's an idiot for not playing Mainoo before. We could have won those games we drew. If Mainoo performs bad, Amorim's an idiot because he's playing Mainoo out of position and he's not using Mainoo the right way. There is no win here. You get what, like, he has the toughest job, in my opinion, in the Premier League, at least in the top 10, let's say, of teams. And maybe the toughest job is people fighting for, out of relegation zones or whatever. But he does have one of the toughest jobs. And some of his decisions are lose-lose no matter how they go.
I think adjusted for scrutiny, it is the toughest job. 1 through 20. It's the toughest job in England. All 92 football league teams. It is the toughest job that's out there. I don't care if you're fighting relegation or you don't have wages to pay for your players. Those are all things that are easier to understand and explain. Whereas this guy, no matter what he does, he gets criticized, right? Even the Palace game, dude. I was watching some of the other content creators. People are coming out after the Palace game saying that was one of our worst halves of the season. Like some people even said worse than Everton. I'm like, what game are you guys watching? Because against Palace, for me, and I know you saw it as well, Semix, Casemiro was the big problem.
Yeah.
So many of our other players had a good game. And then you've seen the first half back again. You said Casemiro was bad again.
Yeah.
In the West Ham game as well.
Yeah.
So how are we sitting here saying we knew this guy was bad 2 seasons ago? Like he had one good season under Ten Hag, and that's it. Right? And we're sitting here saying that Amorim is supposed to work wonders. Even yesterday, somebody said this. Going into the summer, we were like, oh, we're a sell-to-buy club. We don't have any money. We paid for Cunha. We took so long for Mbeumo. And we thought that was it. We were looking at scraps, right? We wanted to go in for Liam Delap. We couldn't get him. And we're like, no way we're going to go get somebody. And then we surprised everybody and went and spent big on Šeško. And we also put in the bid for Baleba. Right?
Yeah,
so you imagine without Šeško in this team, even though he scored the 2 goals and one assist, even if we hadn't gotten him, where would we be, right? So how have the expectations exceeded the position of the squad so much? That's what I'm trying to understand.
And like, with James confirming in our last podcast that we did actually go in for Baleba for 70 million right at the end of the window, that tells you that even the ownership and everybody knew the midfield was a problem. And that goes back years because like recruiting, for me, when we recruited Ugarte, I was so against it. I made videos talking about what are we doing? Why are we taking someone who's not good enough for PSG? Why are we getting someone who's on the bench? And then if you go before that with Casemiro, I was also going, why are we taking leftovers? Like, are we...
After we had already taken Varane, by the way.
Right? Like, why do we keep taking leftovers? And yes, these leftovers are good players who are going to have good games, but they're not going to consistently be good or else they'd still be...
scored. Ekitike just scored. Shit, I didn't change my timer again. I need a producer in the background, bro. Where I wonder where.
Dude, it was Leeds. Leeds gave him the ball.
Yeah.
The center back is the center back or the fullback? The fullback gave him the ball. That's not. They didn't even have to work for. I hate goals like that, unless we score them. But I hate goals like that when you're like the assist came from the opposing team. It's so lame, and it's literally he's free on goal, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. If I was that goalkeeper, I'd be livid. Anyway, to get back to my whole point, Ugarte was not good enough for PSG, and you saw it like from day one. I called it from day one. As soon as he played, I was like, this guy's not good getting the ball forward. Like he's not. He needs. In the Uruguay team, he needs Valverde to do that for him. You know what I mean? Like he just needs to. And then defensive positioning ended up for like Premier League pace. You ended up starting to see Ugarte. Yeah, he's good, but he's not great because the pace is a little bit faster. He's got to be in position earlier. We've just done such a bad job with the midfield, and I can't believe this last summer we didn't get a midfielder in. I couldn't believe for a long time that we might not get a goalkeeper in, and then we got Lemens. But how many of us were worried, in that window, like, are we getting a goalkeeper or not? Like,
well, to be fair, I think we're in such a shit position, man, from the squad perspective that I just feel like us getting the goalkeeper was probably on balance more important than the midfield,
For
right?
sure.
Yeah,
But I was
and
worried we
because
weren't
now,
going to do that either because he
no,
came
no,
in late.
yeah, but that's what I'm telling you. We're saying we're so desperate for a midfielder, and we were even more desperate for a freaking goalkeeper. So you imagine how bad it is. Is it a penalty for Liverpool?
No, it's a second goal. No, it might be a
Um,
foul.
I'm just I'm on 49-32. Oh yeah, second goal.
It might be a foul because
Okay.
he ran into the goalkeeper or whatever.
No, they scored. 2-0. Is it an own goal or Ekitike goal? I'm just watching it right now.
No, Ekitike goal. No, it's a goal. I just watched the replay. It's not a foul. I thought maybe he hit the goalkeeper, so it's a foul. But
bro, why do I have an official stream here that's so far back? It's so dumb.
I think you guys in Canada are basically a little bit behind. Like I know that people in Europe are like a minute ahead of me. Rishi actually is ahead of me sometimes in India when he comes to my watch alongs.
It might be offside. Is it offside?
No, the ball was ahead.
But
I'm
they
just
look at the shoulder and everything, right? So that's why I'm just making sure. Unless you've already seen the offside check.
No, I haven't. I'm on the 51st minute. It's still showing replays.
Yeah, I'm 50-35. Well, you can see the stream as well, but yeah. 50-40.
No, they're still checking.
Yeah, Nelson says Fubo TV sucks. Yeah, I agree. They're my Canadian brethren helping me out.
You guys have on Fubo here, they stopped broadcasting NBC. They got like a problem with NBC. So
Marcus, are you listening on the radio, bro? How are you ahead of me?
Marcus got satellite, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, ref's checking something. It has to be the offside, bro. Has to be the offside. What the hell is Szoboszlai drinking from? What the hell is that? Some weird ass bottle.
I don't know.
Checking foul on goalie. Okay, so they checked offside.
So
and
that's what I was talking about because he kind of did hit the goalkeeper. I just don't know if it's, but it didn't look like. Yeah, it's a goal. It looked like it happened after. It's a goal.
Nelson says if they sponsor you, we love Fubo. Yeah, bro. Absolutely. Maybe they'll give me the streaming rights.
But anyway, man, you were trying to say that we have so many roster issues that getting the goalkeeper was more important than the center midfielder.
Yeah, because you see, we're not talking about the goalkeeper, right? Goalkeepers are very much like referees. If you don't talk about them, that means they had a good game. And
right.
So,
but I mean, did you really
Go given?
Yeah. Did you really think that we should have ended that transfer window without signing a midfielder though? Weren't you like, would you have sacrificed one of the forwards for a midfielder? Would you have sacrificed one? And I'm not talking in retrospect now that Šeško's injured. It's easy to make that call. But in real time, at that time, would you go, first of all, I don't even like this conversation because I don't think we should have that kind of budget, right? I hated hearing, we're not signing any more players until Marcus Rashford or Garnacho leaves or whatever. I hated that shit. It's because to me, it's like, well, now you're definitely being, held for ransom by these guys.
Dart says Leeds collapsing like a $5 tent. It's hilarious. But yeah, so for me, listen, we are here to have the difficult conversations. By the way, guys, the stream is open. The StreamYard link is pinned in the chat. If some of you want to join the discussion, please.
Come talk to us, man. We talk to each other once a week already.
Yeah, and what was I saying?
I was hoping for Nelson to hop on, to be honest with you. Like, I was hoping for... I've never gotten to talk to Nelson. I want someone to come argue with me.
Oh, he will.
I know.
He's waiting for you to say something scandalous, and then he'll be here.
Haven't I already? Didn't I do enough? Like, what do I...
No. So hold on. So we got to do this, the question you asked, right? Which is...
Okay.
Would you have taken a midfielder over Šeško?
Not necessarily Šeško.
The question is,
now that we have a name to it, it's harder to say yes, right? Because we like the guy. We have
any of the forwards. Well, I wouldn't take it over Mbumo.
See, again, so I don't want to put a name to it. Let's go back to the summer. Would you have signed 2 forwards and 1 midfielder without names? Like, because now that you have names, there's an attachment. Like, I don't want to lose Šeško. I don't want to lose Mbumo. But forget that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, the endowment effect, as it's called. So yeah, guys. First of all, we have almost 90 people watching, only 25 likes. Please drop a like in the stream. Uh, Help support a brother out. And yeah, so two forwards and a midfielder. It's an interesting question, man, because I feel like you can't predict that Sheshko is going to be injured. You can't predict that Cunha is going to be injury prone, right? I don't even know how he picked up the concussion. If someone knows the story, let me know. But he's missed so many games, so many minutes, and that's put more load on Mbumo, right? So I feel like on balance, maybe just I would have taken a midfielder over the over the third forward. Just, but that it's like it's splitting hairs. Just because I think as injury prone as Sheshko and Cunha have been, they are much better when they're on the pitch, whereas Casemiro is just stinking it up. Like when he has a bad game, it just ruins us. Um, there might even be an argument to say, would we have been better had we had a more wing type of player to
Mm-hmm.
play on the left wing,
Yep.
right? Because
Mm-hmm.
if we had one, let's say we signed Mbumo, Nuno Mensch, and Baleba, right? I think this profile of our squad maybe just looks a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's a hot take.
No, you can even say a center back who plays the ball forward more often than some of our center backs.
So that one I feel like is a little lower on my pecking
Yes.
order.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I would still say, because we've talked about this on Three Devils as well. We talked about left wing back and midfield being the issues, right? And so I think would I have taken, and I'm going to name names, would I have taken Mbumo at the club, no Cunha, no Sheshko, but we get Nuno Mensch as left wing back, and we get
Baleba, because he was the story back then.
yeah, Baleba as a central midfielder next to Bruno. Yeah, because then we can still play Xerxes and Mount. Maybe we don't let Hoyland go on loan at that
So
point.
I've thought about this a lot, and I've thought about like,
Yeah.
okay, their strategy was, as James says, their strategy was, hey, we want to fix the forward line. Okay, let's just fix the forward line, and then next year they're gonna fix the midfield, right?
Well, it was
And I'm
more
like,
like we have these areas to fix, and whoever we find available, we're gonna go fix them. And so these were the players they thought were available for the
gettable.
right money. Yeah, gettable for the right money. That's why they went and signed him. So I don't think they wanted to be like, let's just go solve the striker problem or forward problem. It was more like these are the available players. It's too good to miss out, and we got to go get them.
Yeah, I can see that. I was just hoping they would
Rishi,
maybe diversify. What's up, man?
Hey, Semix, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Holding up better than most United fans, I guess.
Good. I'm glad to hear
And
that, actually. So you're staying positive.
yeah, yeah, and I have good reason to, right? I have this wonderful community with me that helps me process all this crap together. And of course, you and James, all the wonderful work that the three of you guys do. It helps because I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you where the negativity is coming from. The negativity is coming from the fact that negativity is selling right now. And you've covered this in one of your, I think it was a member video or something. You said that people write negative things because they want to sell ad space, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the big channels right now, Goldbridge, who Andy and I both have been fans of for the
It's a
longest time.
stronger emotion, right? Negativity always elicits a stronger reaction, and
Well, it's a
that's the
more
underlying theme.
it's a more visible emotion, right? Because negativity, anger, these are all palpable on the surface. Whereas positivity, belief, faith, these are very subtle, just equally potent if you tap into them, but they're very subtle. So negativity is what sells. And I feel bad for United fans because what happens is going on and watching the United stand or watching the football terrace or any of these big channels, it's a habit. You know, the moment the clock strikes 10, there are 10 o'clock shows in the UK, 10 a.m. in the morning. Uh, and it's a habit. People are tuned to that time. As soon as it's 10 o'clock, Goldbridge is on. Let's go watch him. And the moment you go there, because he's been coming on every day, you hear negativity, you get turned onto that negativity. And then there's people who flood the comments, and people seem to come out in throws whenever there's some sort of negativity around the clubs. Because even on Andy's videos, I see that people who never comment on any other video, they'll come and, kind of attack Amorim inners, so to say. So I actually feel bad for majority of the fans, because they don't know that there is a space like this, or they're not used to coming to a space like Semix or Footy with an Edge or Muppeteers, and they just haven't found the space yet. So I am positive, because I have all these people with me, these wonderful people who join in every night at 11:30 in India, and whatever the time is, wherever they are. And I was just thinking how lucky I am that, every one of us is so heavily involved with this club, and we just by random chance have happened to find each other. So credit to the three of you, actually. Credit to the Three Devils.
Oh, come on. You had a lot to do with it. Let's if I were you, I'd walk around going, I created the Three Devils. Just for everybody who doesn't know, Rishi actually reached out to me and got me to watch Footy with an Edge, because he was already a member of my channel. He reached out and asked me to watch Footy with an Edge.
Before that, he reached out to me and shared that, this guy's making some good videos about United. He's got a good eye for the tactics. Go check him out. And there's another guy as well, because we had this content creator chat the other day. There's this other guy called Football Fam. Football with the Footy.
Football with the fam. Football with the
fam. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think American guy as well.
Yeah.
And he also talks a lot of sense, like very structured in his approach. So I don't know if someone can reach out to him, if someone knows him. I'd love to speak to him as well. And so a few creators that are coming up that are like, because I was just getting back into the YouTube after the long break, and I wanted to see like how the landscape had changed. And Semi stood out to me. That guy stood out to me. And then Rishi was already watching his videos, and I hadn't done any like members only, whatever. And Rishi had subscribed to Semix as well. So he's like, go check him out. He's doing some interesting stuff. And then at the same time, I think he reached out to you and also said, go check out Footy with the Net. That was the athletic video, I think.
Yeah. And then I was, instantly like going, okay, this guy's interesting. And then I started watching Footy with an Edge on a daily basis. And then I saw Rishi on Footy with an Edge, and I found out they're brothers. I had no idea. Rishi did not tell me they were brothers. He just said, check this channel out. And then
we hadn't told the channel yet either.
To be fair, Semix, A, we hadn't told the channel, and B, I didn't even tell you that I'm a member of I'm a real one, right? Like I hadn't told you that I'm a member of your channel either.
Yeah.
So I hadn't disclosed anything. I just wanted you to have like an unbiased view and just decide for yourself.
Yeah, and then this just kind of morphed into what it's become, which is great. But Rishi had a lot to do with it, and I love how Rishi is not taking any credit right now. And really, like you were the first step, right? Was you. But anyway, Rishi, tell me why, or tell us both why you're so positive, and not just I love how gracious you are in saying the community is so nice, and you know where to find good channels, and I get all that, but let's stick to the actual football and the manager and everything else. Tell me why you're so positive, and maybe you can help me and Andy find a different way to describe what it is we're feeling.
So there's two things here. The first one being that I'm more secure with what's happening. If I'm to give a crude example, how in the movies, like when parents are separating, the relationship counselor tells them that, bring your kids into confidence, keep them clued into what is happening, because if they just sense that things are wrong, but they don't know exactly what is wrong, they'll tend to panic and act out. So that's what I mean, it's a crude example, but I think the ownership is doing that with the fans. I think at the right times they've come in and they've told us that they back this guy. So any person who's backing the manager or backing the process, I wouldn't even say backing Amorim for that matter. If this was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I would be supporting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, provided that Ole had shown me some signs of playing good football also. So it's not like I'm Amorim in, I am manager in, I'm process in, because this kind of process has been sorely lacking in our club so far. Oh my God, there was a goal line save by Allison.
Bro, how am I spending like $50 a month and still freaking behind everybody, man? It's like F this dude.
The signal's got to get through the snow to get to you, man.
Oh,
No, but he was offside. He was offside. Yeah, he was offside.
oh yeah. Allison's trying to do his best Patrick Dorgu impersonation with that headband.
Yeah. I think Allison and Soboslai have the same barber, I guess.
Aston Villa beat Arsenal today. Okay, I didn't
And
know.
both of those players also have a better cross than Dorgu.
Yes.
Yeah. So like I was saying, the first reason is that the owners have kept us clued into this process. I am supportive of this process. It's taken a while to come together because there was the whole Ashworth thing. There was the whole keeping Ten Hag in a job when he probably should have been fired. So that's the first thing, that the owners have kept us clued into the process through either their trusted journalists or whatever outlets they have in the media. They've informed us. The second reason is that when Ten Hag was kept in a job after winning the FA Cup, they actually wanted to let him go. But winning the FA Cup caused a complication. The fans started this online movement where they started saying that that Ten Hag deserves to be in a job. And let's not forget, the same Ten Hag that screwed up a whole season for us, right? Uh, Goldbridge campaigned for him to stay in the job. He said we can't keep firing another manager, and he campaigned for him to stay in the job.
Yes.
Yeah, and all of these people heard him, like all of these guys at the top, like Ashworth and Barada and Sir Jim and whatever the Brailsford dude. Yeah, all of them heard the fans. They said, you know what, the fans seem to be behind the manager, so let's give him another chance. At the same time, they tried to hire their own guy, but none of them agreed, right? So they reluctantly settled for Ten Hag. Okay. Andy,
Sorry,
you're
they
on
asked
mute, I
him to.
think.
Yeah. They asked him to get rid of his backroom staff. That was the condition for keeping him on.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really even a full
Yeah.
backing. They were just like, listen, we think you can do better with these
Right.
things, and we're gonna keep you on
Right.
because they say we got to keep you on. And to be fair, like, listen, we can all be
Yeah.
revisionist about it. And Spurs probably sacked Postecoglou because we made the mistake the year before, right? Otherwise, they probably keep him as well. Like, in fact, 2 trophies for us didn't mean as much as their first, trophy in like 20 years or whatever.
Right.
So I think you have to look at the Ten Hag. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so just to recap, the first one being that there's communication from the board as to what's happening, so we are not unaware and we are not in the dark. The second one being that they've heard the fans once, so even now that there is this huge wave created by the media because they know it, right? The last time they created a furor, the fans got on the other side against the management and against the manager, and they managed to get a guy sacked, and that was, hallelujah for the press. So this is what the club is wary of. They know that if we fall for the trap again, uh, that's nothing's gonna no good is gonna come out of it. And the third thing being that the underlying numbers, Kalyug, who's his name is Shivam, I'm pretty sure, Kalyug Zasur, that's his Discord handle. He shared something in our Discord a couple of days back where he said that as per the expected points model, we are fifth in the table after 14 games. And in the last 5 seasons, we've been anywhere between 8th and 12th. Even in the season where we finished second under Oli, at this point, the 14th game, we've been, even the season under Ten Hag when we finished
It was
third.
actually, I don't think he went back to Ollie's second place finish. I think
He
he
did.
went back to
He
Ten
did. He
Hag's.
did. He did.
Did he? Okay.
2021. Yeah, 2021.
Okay.
So we've
Yeah.
been somewhere between 8th and 12th in all these seasons.
After
And this
14
season's the
games.
first one where we are fifth. Yeah, after 14 games. So those are promising signs, even for a team that tends to start slowly, because we do tend to start slowly. Even in those second and third place finishes, we've had very sluggish starts. So these are, I think, 3 or 4 big reasons for me. And you asked for footballing reasons. Well, I've given you one footballing reason, but I also feel that the football structure, right, is also part of the footballing
that
reason.
counts.
So,
Yeah, that counts. I was just didn't want you to say because the community
Guys,
is so
I want to get somebody new onto the show. Jacob's been waiting patiently in the background there. Jacob, how you doing, man? How are we feeling?
Yeah, I'm really good, man. Thank you very much. I'm pleased to finally come on the show. I keep meaning to catch you and then come on, but timing's never really lined up. So I'm glad you're doing a Saturday night one.
Yeah. Happy to have you on the show. Where are you calling in from?
I live in Preston, which is about 40 minutes away from Old Trafford.
Nice. Where David Beckham went on loan.
That's exactly right. Yeah. all my
Yeah.
Preston
Sir Alex's
friends,
son was manager, right?
yeah, he was. And all my Preston friends hate me because, or not hate, but hate that Man United fan because he recalled Beckham when his son got sacked, I think, and they said it like
Not
ruined the.
Beckham. There were a couple of other players. I think it was the 08-09 season, if I'm not wrong. So long after Beckham left.
Yeah, it was. Oh, that was when his son was there. Oh, I can't. I'm sure that they
Yeah.
said when Beckham was on loan there, he recalled the loan.
No, Beckham was on loan
Beckham
in
was
the
there in the
94-95
90s.
season.
Yeah.
94-95 season. Yeah.
Yeah,
His
and
son
his
was still
son
a
wasn't
player at
managing
United
yet.
in those
Yeah,
years.
his son wasn't a
Yeah.
manager yet.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, I was very, very young at that time.
You're the people just want to hate on United. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
they do.
Which
hard.
we
it
can
wasn't
respect.
hard being a
'cause-
Man United
yeah.
fan at school. Trust me, it was very easy being. It was an easy time for me.
Andy. Sorry to interject, Jacob. Andy, can you move Jacob up in the frame because his face is being obstructed by the ticker?
Yeah, I'm trying to create a new scene where we are all much smaller. So be patient with me. But Jacob, you're on the top now, and Semi, we can still see Semi. So I think this works out. And Rishi, if you can turn your camera down a little bit, it'll be better. Your face will be more on screen. Yeah, there we go. Go on, Jacob. It looks like they're giving a penalty to Leeds, by the way.
Yeah, they're checking
Yeah,
it.
finally this hate watch is turning successful.
That's
I
definitely
mean,
a penalty, bro.
I just sold
The ball,
Konate and my.
He doesn't get the ball,
he
bro.
didn't have the ball, but he didn't have the ball. The player didn't have the ball under control. I think it's not. Oh, maybe he is giving it. Yeah, it is. I think it is. Yeah, probably a yellow to Konate as well. I think.
Rishi, I know you want Slot to stay in the job, bro, but like not like this.
Yeah, it is. It is a penalty. Oh yes. A draw still keeps him in the job, so I'm happy with the draw too. I don't need them to lose necessarily. I just need them to be on edge, right?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna do this. The camera slots here, and this is gonna be done live. So I apologize for the disruption, but we're gonna get everybody on screen. Yeah. Let's go. Camera.
Been delivered a beer.
Boom. Yeah, we're gonna pretend it's a non-alcoholic beer for the underage folks watching.
It is. It's
Are you doing it on StreamYard or OBS?
It's on StreamYard. Are you guys not seeing it? That's awesome. If it's maintained the same layout,
I can put my camera up a bit and then.
No. Hold on. Looks like StreamYard is smarter than I gave it credit for. First of all, so let's say that because I think the scene has been maintained and I'm just changing stuff in the background, so that's awesome.
All right, 2-1 Leeds. I mean 2-1 Liverpool, but let's go Leeds.
He scored, is it? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Calvert-Lewin, former Evertonian. That was a decent man. Do you remember when we were linked to him for like 2 or 3 windows? I was shaking in my boots, dude. I was absolutely shaking in my boots.
I'm sure we got linked with him this summer.
It was this summer, man.
Yeah, no, I was like, hell no.
Before this too, we've been linked to him a few times now.
Yeah.
Okay, is that a little bit better? Yeah, I think that should be a little bit better.
So can I ask you guys a question? And
of course.
I want to preface it by saying I'm in no way Amorim out or a hater, but I have one major concern with Amorim, and I would like you 3 very intelligent gentlemen to make me feel better about this concern. Because I've not watched all your streams. I do watch a lot of your videos, and I've not heard this point be brought up yet. And it's something that keeps on going around my mind. Is basically how backing Amorim feels like a huge risk in that the system he plays is different to a lot of other systems, and any manager that we get in after Amorim will very likely be a 4-3-3 manager. And so the players that we sign now and the players that we let go who don't fit the system, and then the players that we sign in that do fit the system, if it doesn't work out with Amorim, which, let's be fair, it very easily might not with the way things are.
Well, the most likely thing that can happen is that it doesn't work out, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I hate people who gloat on the negativity. Like, guys, most managers fail,
Yeah.
right? Like, most managers fail. Arteta not winning the league this season will be a failure. There's people already calling for the sack even before they're like letting the title race slip or whatever, right? So most managers will fail. So I hate the people who are just like, oh, he's not going to be.
Sorry. You'll see in about 30.
The lead score.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Okay.
That is the appropriate reaction.
Sorry.
2-2, let's go.
Dude, you're ahead of me. You're ahead of me. Finally, this hate watch is getting successful. Come on.
Hold on. Let me see this. Honestly, man, I hate swearing on stream, but fuck Fubo TV, bro. They're ruining this for me.
I am sorry. I really am sorry. That
stacked.
it just shocked me.
It is stacked.
It's stacked, bro.
Yeah,
Anton,
it is.
Stat Patters. Give some love to Stat Patters in the chat below, bro. Let's help this guy out. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Look at the replay,
really nice goal.
I mean, they're all
nice finish.
Dude, they're all
it's a nice goal, nice positioning, and then nice job finding him there. Everything about that goal is what I wish we would do.
Yeah, Marcus is calling you out. He says, "Please stop." What do we say on your channel?
Yeah, I totally messed up. I get it, but it's not United, so who cares?
Oh, look at dude! Look at Konate and Van Dijk. They're both looking for somebody to blame. It's you turds. It's you to blame. What a nice goal, man! Let's go.
You want to hear something insane?
Hopefully,
all the Liverpool players are guilty of ball watching. It's the biggest sin in football, ball watching. And in this case, they were supposed to watch the ball and do something about it because it was the same dude who put it into the net and they still couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah. Sorry, I need to update the banner. Guys, it's a one-man show here, okay? It's like the one-man circus that you see.
And, dude, the crazy thing is Leeds should be 2-0 up.
Yeah. Who wants to take his question? Is it a risk to back Amorim? I know...
Do you know how?
Can I just say? Sorry, can I just say before you go, Jacob? Scousers in the mud. Okay, now you can go.
Yeah, I agree with that. As I said, the whole idea with bringing, or I thought with Ineos coming in and setting up a structure was that it wasn't going to all be about the manager. And even if like one manager didn't work out, we would swap to the next manager and they could just carry on with the same setup.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like with Amorim that's a possibility, or it will work out very well in that.
Semix, do you mind if I take this?
Yeah,
go for it.
Go.
So, Jacob, this is actually an entire Stat Padders episode that I was thinking of the moment you asked the question, because there are so many facets to this. The first one being that 3 at the back is not even like the future of football. You're going to see it more and more in the coming seasons. Liverpool have bought Ekitike and Isak because they want to play a 3-5-2. That's the reason they went in so hard for 2 strikers.
Semix, I'm gonna take you off the stream, bro.
Okay.
I'll do it.
How do you know I didn't just get bit or something?
Because it looks like you're sitting in a dark basement, bro. Captured by somebody forced to do YouTube.
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's the first thing. It's that three at the back is the formation of the future.
Okay.
The reason that Amorim
I'm
has
so
been
far
hired
behind.
is...
I'm not ruining it. Sorry, Rishi. Keep interrupting me.
No, you actually keep interrupting Jacob because he's been waiting for the last 5 minutes.
That's all good.
It's not my fault Liverpool are bottling it, bro. Come on. We are doing a watch along here. Anyways, go ahead.
So, 3 at the back is the formation of the future. We have Omar Barada, who's one of the most football-focused and clued in CEOs in modern football. He knows exactly where the game is going, and he was just recently at City, right? So I mean, those are top-level guys. They have top-level discussions. So he's also aware of this. Whoever we get rid of next, I'm pretty sure they would have said that if we hire Amorim, he's a 3 at the back manager. Best case scenario, he works out and we need to keep buying a squad that can play his football, right? Which includes center backs who are progressive passers. It includes midfielders who are good in the transition, right? Quick dribbling skills right at the top, physical, not necessarily 6-foot behemoths, but strong right? Physical guys. And also you need versatile forwards, because you see Mbomo spends just as much time in Ahmad's position as he spends in the right channel, and he also switches onto the left channel a lot. So you need quick, versatile forwards who perform over their XG. So that's the model that we've been going for. Whoever we sign, if this guy doesn't work out,
Yep.
Rishi's interrupting himself.
Hey, Andy.
this
I love it.
goddamn
Yeah, hold on.
yeah
Well, you want me to kick
yeah
Rishi out?
anyway,
No.
Oh my god.
yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Damn. Well, he's, to be fair,
Sorry,
Sabazla is the
Jacob, this
only
time.
guy that's playing well for them.
No, hey, Gakpo too, man. Gakpo's playing well too. Chiesa's doing well. It's just that they don't see enough game time because they're trying
That
to fit
word
in
step
everyone.
over was really good though. That was worse.
I'm
right?
too busy making the new layout here, guys, because I want 2 more people to join the stream. But whatever, you know.
So,
Is that the counselor or work?
Jacob, sorry to interrupt myself again. Yeah, just to complete that thought, 3 at the back is actually the formation of the near future, right? So whoever comes in, I'm pretty sure they're going to find another guy who can play a similar system. And just as a caveat, let me tell you, we've not actually bought a squad for Amorim. We've bought in players. We actually not provided him with wing backs, right? We've sold all our wingers because they were shit. We haven't bought enough wing backs who are good enough to play this. We didn't buy him a single midfielder. And I would argue that any coach that comes in would need a midfielder. So we haven't really filled out a squad to play the kind of football that Amorim wants to play, or any other manager would want to play. So I have no worries in terms of squad composition. My only worry is that we haven't got enough quality players.
Can I add to that, Jacob? Just to add to that, because I hate that argument so much that I just want to put it to you this way. His favorite players right now would be Nuno Mensch, right? Nuno Mensch would be the best fit for the left wing back. Am I right? And then you've got Elliot Anderson or Carlos Baleba, right? Tell me what manager can't use those players, or what system?
Oh,
can't
of course,
use those
yeah. Those
you
players,
hear what I mean? Like
those players would be good fit in any system, but it's more
Well,
like.
Go ahead.
It's more
Is it
like
Benjamin Sheshko? Who's the problem? Benjamin Sheshko?
no, not Sesko. I think
Exactly.
Mbumo and Ahmad don't work in a 4-3-3, unless one is back up to the other one. Because I don't think Ahmad can play right back.
Yeah, he's no, but he doesn't have to be on the starting 11, right?
No, I
If
get
you
that.
have to pick one between the two,
But why are
Ahmad
you
is good
buying?
depth.
But also, hold on. What's the
before you even
problem?
got
What's the
a
problem with
first 11?
having 2 great players for one position? I don't get that. That's
No, there's no problem.
I mean,
but
that's
That's one of the things we haven't done, is gotten a backup player for our positions. We've only been going for, the starter. We got to get Anderson. We got to get Baleba. We also need to get their backups on the bench who are going to push them and be almost as good as them.
I hope we
Marcus,
have such a
why
good squad
are you
that
sitting
one
next?
of those
Why are you
guys
sitting
is
on an air? Why are you sitting on a runway, bro? You sound like Marcus.
Do I?
Joe
Do I
Roden
have a
is so
funny sound?
shit, man. I cannot believe how bad he is. He's absolutely useless on the ball.
Do I sound odd?
Absolutely useless.
No, there's just background noise. There's background noise, Marcus.
Oh, is it the game?
Maybe, I don't know.
I think
Do you not
He's
think?
probably in the business
there
lounge
we go.
somewhere.
Do you not think? I mean, obviously, it's not the case at the moment because they both play. But do you not think before we would get a really good right winger and then a really good backup right winger, we should have an actual functioning midfield or a left wing back, or I get the argument that we need good backup in the positions. I totally get that.
No, but
does that not come after the first 11 is
but
good?
right now those guys aren't backups. You've got
No,
Ahmad
yeah.
starting, and so then there is no issue that you're speaking of right now. That issue doesn't exist. It only
I'm
exists
talking
if
about
we
in a
get
scenario
another
where
manager, right?
Amorim leaves. Yeah, that's what I'm
Correct,
talking about.
but we can't. You can't, as a football team, plan for. Oh, let's buy players for the next guy, right? We got to buy players for this guy that the next guy can use.
Also, Jacob, if I may answer your question in the line of thinking that you're going with, which again, I'm not dismissing it. I don't think any of us are dismissing it. It's a valid point. If you're saying Ahmad would be, yeah, just a sec. If Ahmad would be the, let's say, spare player that is resources that are not being used in the team, we would gain Kobie Mainoo as a player in a 4-3-3 because Mainoo could play really well in a three midfield system, and Ugarte would play really well. So for one player that you're missing, you would be having one player that we have in the squad.
Yeah.
So it's a wash, right? It's
but
not really
summer. In summer is when we make like almost go past the point of no return, isn't it? Where
Like
maybe Mainoo leaves, maybe the signings like
no, but do you don't think? Hold on,
Semenyo as a left wing back. Then we
hold on. If we get rid of this guy, what's it called? If we get rid of Amorim, right? Say a hypothetical thought exercise, and we get like the best 4-3-3 manager in the world, let's say Luis Enrique, right? Because Pep's not going from City to us. Let's say we go get Enrique. Who do you think he wants to play in that system in the midfield? You think he plays Bruno? You think he plays Casemiro? Or do you think he's like, let's go sell them and actually get somebody else? Right?
Sure.
And does he keep Mainoo? Yeah. So if Luis Enrique comes in, you think Mainoo's like, yo, I need to find a new club?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No, but that's because you
that backfired on you, Andy.
Yeah. I'm saying about Mainoo. I'm saying about Mainoo, not Enrique. I'm saying about Mainoo. Like, do you think Mainoo is because in a 4-3-3 system, Mainoo actually works, right? If he has other midfielders that can cover for him. Enrique probably wants to get rid of him. That's a different question, right? My point is about Mainoo because I think in a 4-3-3 system, a lot of his deficiencies are covered up, even in a 4-2-3-1 system. But the overall point is, Jacob, I don't think we're as in the hole with Amorim in a way that we can't get out.
I agree at the moment. But I'm worried.
So you think
summer.
getting Semenyo?
I'm worried about summer.
Yeah. What about summer though? What's the worry?
Tell us the players that worry you that we saw.
It's
spell it out. Like I want to hear it.
Okay, fine. So hypothetically, like I'll say Semenyo because we get linked to him. I don't think we will get him, but let's say you sign him for left wing back, and then we sell Mainoo because he doesn't fit the system. Probably we bring in, like you say, like Belieber or like Anderson. They fit in any system, so let's not. I'm obviously not worried about them. But like, if it doesn't work out, Semenyo is primarily at the moment like on the right wing. Ahmad is on the right wing, and Burmo is on the right wing. It's like it's not like it just feels like it sets us back a further year. Like it's all cards in at the moment. And I get your point. Like you can't plan that it's not going to work out. They obviously believe it's going to work out. This is my own personal doubt.
But Jacob, I think they say they've been working on it for a while. I don't think they're only looking at Semenyo. I don't think they're only looking at this. I think they're looking at 30, 40 players that can fit the positions that we need. There's also other players we can move on. If Luke Shaw stays healthy, we can get probably 10, 20 million for him. We can probably move on Delo and raise the money to do all this. We've still got all sorts of money left over. We can do this.
Marcus, tell me you didn't see that Stat Padders episode without telling me you didn't see that Stat Padders episode where we covered the sins of 2023. Luke Shaw is getting buried under Old Trafford. His ashes are going to be scattered over Old Trafford. These people love him. The club loves him. He's too expensive. The wages enough. No one is going to afford him in England, and no one rates him outside of England. No one is going to pay money for him.
Luke Shaw.
There's no 10-20 million for him. There's no 10-20 million for him. He's 30.
Yeah, we can get his wages off of it. Like,
Luke Shaw doesn't leave unless his contract expires, dude.
Yeah,
and even that is not guaranteed because the way these people.
Marcus said Luke Shaw. Let's keep Luke Shaw then, just for you, just so you can, and we'll keep Kobie for whoever else wants Kobie.
It's not for Rishi. No. Rishi, we just can't move him.
No, we're saying we can't sell him. We can't offload him. His wages are too high.
But just so we can't.
Hypothetically, you're saying
Hypothetically, we got money. We have money coming in. Also, the new regulations give us more money.
Money is not the
Jacob,
problem.
I don't think you have to worry so much about the summer. I don't think they're only going to pick the players that the British media are saying. I think there's a lot more out there.
Also, Jacob, if this helps, Jacob, so we collaborate. Both me and Semix collaborate with James from the Muppeteers, right? He has a source in the club that gives him transfer news. Actually, that's how he started out his social media journey because he's got massive following on Twitter, He was right about the Ineos
takeover.
over Qatar, right? The takeover. He got that news first. So there's a lot of things that he knows that he's right about. And the point he makes is Ineos isn't looking at it as Amorim. Ineos is looking at it as a squad. We have 10 or 15 players in the squad that we need to improve, right?
Yeah.
If you've been watching the Stat Patters episodes, we talked about Man City, right? Where we discussed when Pep came in, even though they were planning for him for 2 years, he got rid of 12 players and he signed 16 players. So there was a turnover of 28 players in his squad within the first 2 seasons. And what we're going to see in the next 2 years is that same turnover, except it's not going to be just for Pep. It's going to be position for position. How can we strengthen our team so that we have at least 2 players that are good enough to start on any given day, considering whatever system we play. So when you say Ahmad and Mbeumo is a concern, actually us signing Semenyo would be a signal that we have maybe that would actually be our only left winger in this team. Because Cunha is more of a number 10, who, if we played a 4-2-3-1, for example, he would be competing with Bruno, or he'd be competing with the striker, because that's how he plays for Brazil. Brazil play a 4-2-3-1. He plays either in the 10 or he plays as the number 9, right? And so actually signing Semenyo is less of a problem than Mbeumo, according to the point that you were making.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Because I see
He was hyped
Mbeumo
there.
and Ahmad. Yeah. But Mbeumo and Ahmad are more of the right wingers, you could say. But Cunha is actually more of a number 10, right? So signing Semenyo, getting 2 midfielders, getting another left wing back. These are all things that could still allow us to play a 4 at the back system. Because even when Ten Hag was here, our fullbacks were too defensive. And those same defensive fullbacks are now being asked to attack as a winger in this system. So you imagine how bad the system is actually for, like, your argument actually works better for why are we getting Amorim in now if we don't have any players for him, right?
I agree with that. Yeah, I can't believe they dragged him in and didn't give him anything. They bought him Dorgu and that was it.
Exactly.
Sold him down the river.
Yeah.
Do you think if Amorim hadn't come in until this summer and we'd had the start we're having, he would be in as much hot water as he is?
No
way.
No.
Oh.
So basically,
but I'm still glad he came in when he came in, though, because he learned a lot about the league.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, Samik, it's nice to actually share face to face.
Screen time? Yeah, man. I see.
Yeah.
But I'm glad Amorim came in when he came in, and he learned so much about the league and about the physicality of the league, the pace of the league, and things of that nature. The importance of set pieces, as you've seen, we've improved by so much just huge. In the last. Yeah. And
guys, I don't think the bomb squad leaves if Amorim doesn't come in last season. I think we are still stuck with a lot of them.
Injuries as well.
That's a great point. That's a great
maybe would still have Rashford.
Because he would have no reason to get rid of Garnacho. Nobody would have, right? Like Garnacho wouldn't have left.
Good point. Yeah.
Marcus, I'm not sure if Marcus would have left with a new manager coming in the summer. That's a fantastic point. And the rebuild would have been 1 more year behind, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. That's one thing you can give Amorim a lot of credit for, is like being brave and getting rid of the players that we've needed to get rid of for a long time.
I think, unfortunately, there's a lot that we should be giving Amorim credit for. The problem is we can't do it until he has the squad he needs. And it's for me, January is, like I've said a million times already, January is the big test. What's going to happen?
Well, also, hot take maybe. If Amorim doesn't come in, maybe the club are more forced to give Kobie Mainoo the money that he wants, right? Because essentially he didn't take the 3. I think we put 3 contracts in front of him, and I think everyone here is okay with how Mainoo's being treated. Because let's be honest, if he was good enough, Amorim would be playing him. You don't think he's worried about his own job, worried about getting 3 points every week? And the situation we're in is that he handled the bomb squad very well. And I think the same people that are upset about Mainoo, some of them, are okay to give Amorim credit for the bomb squad. So why not just do 2 + 2 = 4 and say maybe Mainoo is also part of the problem, and that's how he needs to be dealt with, right?
And to be honest with you, if there's an academy player I'm worried about losing, it's not Mainoo. For me, it's JJ Gabriel. Like, of all the stories coming out, like that's the one guy I'm like, I don't want to lose.
I just want to hear from Oven, because he's been patiently waiting in the background. Oven, how are we feeling about the topic?
I have a question. I mean, do you think Amrin would have faced less
Calls to be sacked.
when he
Scrutiny?
came? Yeah, less scrutiny if he came in, let's say, in summer rather than in November last year.
That's what Marcus.
There's a chance. There's a chance. There's a chance he would have because of he wouldn't have the 15th place on his CV. He wouldn't have the UEL lost on his CV, right? Maybe he would still have the Grimsby loss, but who knows, right? Who knows how?
And let's
things
not
would have turned
forget,
out.
he probably would have won another trophy before he came. He probably
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
might have
at
even
the
been
voting, yeah.
undefeated, right? He might have been undefeated for a whole
Yeah, because he was
season.
undefeated up until he came, right?
Correct. And actually, undefeated is not even the right word because he never even had a draw. He had nothing but wins.
No. Yeah.
You see, I think
That's,
the problem
Guys,
is
I have
that
to
we
say
take
this Anton stack is looking real good today, man. He's had a great game.
Keep watching for a second, Andy. Don't look away.
Oh, it's
from me.
3-3.
Oh, come on!
Oh,
Dude, I
No,
knew it.
wait, I gotta watch
The
this.
moment
No,
they
wait,
took
wait,
that
wait.
corner, I knew it. I knew it. Scousers!
Yes!
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 Yes! Loser pull
Oh,
back at it
it's
again.
it's
Let's
again.
go.
It's that Tanaka, right? Isn't that
Yeah,
his name?
Tanaka, yeah. Yep.
Tanaka
That
and
doesn't
Stark,
count
they
as
were the
me
ones who
spoiling
scored against
anything.
Chelsea.
No.
Oh,
No,
dude,
you're allowed
dude,
Does it
dude,
count as a
dude,
stack assist?
absolutely, dude. Dude, I hope they're looking. No, it doesn't. It bounced around in the.
Did it?
90 plus
they should
5.
be-
Holy shit.
Also, on
Oh,
last
it's a goal.
season,
It's a goal.
no,
There's no discussion. No discussion. Unless
when people put out
no.
Amaranth's
Oh my
stats
God! Is there a handball from
last season?
Calvert Lewin?
Wait a minute.
No.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
No.
It was on
It's Gravenberch. It's Gravenberch.
It's a Liverpool player. Yeah, it's a Liverpool
Yeah,
player. It doesn't matter.
It's Gravenberch.
So that's a penalty and a standing off.
Exactly. It's a goal and a sending off.
No, it's oh, dude, Calvert-Lewin tried to punch it though.
Hey, how come nobody includes Amaranth's 9-2-1 European record with last season's record? They only use the Premier League
Because they like to
points.
say the European teams were crap and all that, even though it took us 6 goals to beat Lyon. Nobody
And
wants to
in
give them
that-
credit.
But they used Grimsby this year. And we had Onana in net, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was a shit game, but, we did start Kobie.
By the way,
So-
Højlund hasn't scored a single goal in the last 8 appearances or 6 appearances in the league, I think. He just scored those 2 goals and
He's
then
only
he was done.
relevant when he scores because it's another stick to beat United with.
He scored a few more than those two, hasn't he?
Do
No.
you guys think Marcus is not going to be bought by Barcelona? Who here thinks Barcelona is actually going to keep Marcus after the end of the season?
It's going to be another loan.
I don't.
loan
No,
signing.
no, another
He's
loan.
not.
yeah,
They're not going to keep.
another loan.
No, it's going to be another loan. It won't be a purchase.
There was rumors
And
of
then they'll
PSG today.
I think he's going to go to
No.
Juventus because I feel like Juventus is a club that probably will buy Rashford.
So basically,
Maybe
we're never
for
going to
like
get paid for this
35.
kid.
Same
This
with
kid is
Sancho.
going to stay on our until his
Oh.
contract's up. He's just going to go on loans and basically tour the world and play the best clubs in each
Yeah.
in each.
See, here's
league.
how I look at it. Every season he's not here is 15 million pounds saved. That's how I look at it. And I'm not too bummed that we are not getting paid for him. Because that's kind of, that was sin
The
number
only
whatever
issue is
of
Rishi.
2023.
No. The only issue, Rishi, is that because he's a youth player, it's pure profit for us, right? So from
exactly.
a squad
So-
cost
I get
ratio,
it, but no one's
perspective.
paying the money for him, right? Because he's not lowering his wages, right? That was the reason that the move to Barcelona took so long. He was not willing to lower his wages. Finally, Barcelona said, "Okay, fine, we'll pay the wages," and they included the 30 million euro buyout.
There's only
Uh,
4 clubs. There are only 4 clubs that he can go to with his
Wait,
wage.
wasn't
It's,
it 85% for Rashford? I don't think they're paying all of his wages.
No, I think his
Beyond.
wage is completely offloaded.
Okay. I thought
but yeah. Anyways, it's
Yeah,
only
he took a
Barcelona,
wage cut.
Madrid.
Avon. He took a wage cut to go there, Avon.
okay, that could be the reason.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
are not paying anything. He's taken like a couple of million euros. I think.
Guys,
Rashford, yeah.
okay, if you guys are ahead, you got to tell me if Leeds scored because that would be crazy.
Which, and Rishi,
You want me to
that,
tell you if the final whistle blows?
with the tax system, he's actually
Yeah, sure.
making
I
more.
mean, I can see it on FOTMOP too.
Yeah, probably.
No, bro. What are you doing?
What are you at? Where are you?
I'm at
I'm at
99.36.
yeah, same here.
99.15.
I'm at 45, 46.
Oh, you're ahead of me by
99?
4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
99.51 now.
99.47.
15.
Yeah, I'm
30 seconds.
I'm 15 seconds
Better
behind
watch
Aman.
it.
Hey, actually, Jacob, you're in England. Where are you at? How live are you? Like,
Oh, I
What's
don't
your
have the game
time?
up.
They don't even have the
Yeah,
games.
that's the funny
he's like,
thing,
I'm not
right?
watching
It's
that crap.
Liverpool.
Not everyone
they
in
have
the
the
UK gets
blackouts.
all the games.
Oh, end of the
It's
match.
it's
Okay,
over,
full
by
time.
the way.
Full time.
I would
full
have
time,
to. I would have to get a stream up. And
No, it's all right. It's over anyway.
No, it's
Doesn't
okay. The game's over, according
So,
to Sami.
but
Jacob,
Jacob, I want
you want to
like,
hear something? You want to hear something
ahead.
crazy? You want to hear something crazy? I pay about £15 for the entire year, and I get every single of the 380 games.
Yeah, that's IPTV though. That's illegal streaming.
No. It's an official stream.
It's official stream, the Premier
Indian
League
prices.
stream in India.
Yeah, but
And
15
not just that,
pounds in Indian
15
money,
pounds for
in
an entire
rupees.
year.
Yeah, but in rupees,
It's not too
how
much. I could take you out for a good dinner, and we would pay £30 at a decent place.
Oh, really?
So £15 actually is not a lot of money. Yeah.
Huh?
So £15
Is
for
it
the entire year.
TV? Is TV then owned by government? Is that why it's not It's not
Nope.
for
No.
profit?
Nope. It's just that
They just have a much wider
it's-
market, right?
Yeah.
So they have to
Also-
make it. So Rishi is living in what, the most expensive city in India, right? In Mumbai, and so the incomes are also a little bit higher there, but they have to reach the larger, like, wider population. There's billions of people in India, right? So to make it available for all of them, it has to be reasonably priced, and they're not just going
And
to charge Rishi one price and
not
someone else
only-
one price.
Not only do I pay £15 for the entire year for all of the Premier League matches, each of the 380 matches, I also get all of HBO. I get all of
Rishi, one
Hotstar,
second. We have a
Disney,
super chat.
movies,
We
Marvel
have a super
movies.
chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There won't be HBO anymore soon, by the way.
The me roving Ian 6689. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It says best rational United channel. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the love.
The Merovingian. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Merovingian. Okay.
Yeah, Merovingians are the French kings, if I'm not wrong.
Okay, there you go. At least you have Rishi appreciating you back as much as you appreciate us. Thank you so much, man.
Merovingian
Appreciate the love.
dynasty. The ruling Frankish family known as the Long-Haired Kings united much of Gaul in France. Yeah, I was right. Merovingians are French.
Bang. Okay. There's that 15-pound knowledge for you guys. It's going to good use.
I didn't learn it over bloody football broadcast, bro. It's the big brain. Check out the big brains on Brett.
Jacob,
Yeah.
what's the temperature in Manchester on the Rúben Amorim? Like, in or out? What's the temperature over there? Because the way they're making it sound right now on the news is that more people are leaning Amorim out nowadays in Manchester, and I want to know from someone there.
Well, that's also Goldbridge influencing thoughts, but anyways.
Truthfully, do you want to know something? Actually, not that many people around here watch Goldbridge. I think he is a lot more of an international fan base. Like, the people around Manchester fucking hate that guy.
Yeah.
But that's a side point. It blows with the wind, man. I don't know if people changing their mind or you just hear the people get loudest after each Amorim lost or each Amorim victory. But you know how reactionary this fan base is, and maybe all fan bases, I don't know. But yeah, so but in general, I think most people don't see the point in getting rid of him now. Even if it happens at the end of the season, there's literally no point in getting rid of him now, because like who would they bring in? So yeah, but at least all the people that I talk to, they want to see things. They want to see an improvement over the season, and if we see like that sort of like improvement in that time frame, then they'll probably be willing to back him. I think if things are stagnating or even getting worse, but back towards the end of the season, then that's when we'll start to see like a big shift in the local fan base. Anyway, but the crowd in the stadium they just want to see good football. That's it. That's all it is, really. They don't
Apparently,
You
guys,
you-
sorry,
you
one
guys
second.
got-
Apparently, Jan Diomande got a hat trick tonight for Leipzig.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
How old is that kid? Is he 20?
Yep, he's 19.
19. Damn.
6-0
Guys, can
against Eintracht Frankfurt, and he had a hat trick, 47th, 55th, and 65th minute. 18-minute hat trick from this guy, or 17-minute hat trick. Crazy.
Dude, I rate Frankfurt, dude. They've got a couple of very good players. I like Chan Uzun, I like Perez Khaibi. These are really good players. I mean, but again, you know, they are Bundesliga players, so make of that what you will.
Apparently, Stila had a stinker today as well. Somebody in the Discord
yeah,
was
that
following
was
him.
me. That was me.
Oh, that was you. Okay,
I was
there we
watching.
go.
Yeah. No, I see him worse than a worse version than Wirtz, because he doesn't even have the skill level to play the ball. At least this is for the naked eye of a fan. That's all that I can say. I just think that he would struggle really badly.
Hamburg is in the bully
number.
this year. Do you ever go watch Hamburg at the stadium?
No, I'm a Dortmund fan.
Oh, but you could go watch a game. Oh,
Oh.
you go
I
catch
watch
Dortmund
Dortmund
then?
fans. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Fair enough.
I mean,
Nice.
if any time United come to play Dortmund, you guys are here.
Are you in Germany?
Oh
Guys,
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
let's
Hamburg.
let's just
You're
guys
Hamburg?
let's take a moment to enjoy the fact that this was a successful hate watch.
Hate watch. Yes.
Right? We absolutely must, because it looked like till the 70th minute it looked like it was going to be a flop hate watch, but now it's a successful hate watch because Liverpool have flopped.
Yeah.
They didn't
conceding
make
3
any
goals,
ground
man.
on us. They didn't make up any ground. Yeah, I hope this fan base settles down a little bit and realizes that they're not going to fire the manager. If they did fire the manager this season, it would be massive egg on their face. It would be like they failed immediately, right? They've gone through 2 managers in 1.5 seasons. I just can't see them doing it. And besides, through all your channels, Samix and James and Andy and Rishi, you guys give enough information to me to be able to realize what is happening underneath. And there is a foundation growing, you know, and people just gotta stop, relax, and see the forest instead of just the trees, you know?
Yeah, I think for me,
Well said.
I said it yesterday. I said it yesterday in my stream. Out of any of the managers we've had since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, Rúben Amorim is the one I want to succeed.
And we
I
haven't
just-
haven't fully bought a team for a manager. We haven't
Yeah.
done that from Sir Alex, which is
So I
Guys,
you
I
know,
gotta be
even
right
Sir
back.
Alex, we didn't. Yeah, sure, Jacob. But we didn't even give Sir Alex all the players since Glazers came. What was the saying? He always said there was
Right.
no value in the market. But
No
just
value.
for a second, if I can finish my point on Amorim, Marcus, which is he's just the guy that I feel like can be successful. I want him to be successful. The right kind of mentality. He, in my opinion, has at least has the best press conference game as well in terms of what I want to hear. I don't get upset at anything he has to say. And if anything, he was too honest, and now he's toned it down a bit. Because whenever I don't know about you guys, but whenever Ollie did a press conference, I wanted to break my monitor.
oh my.
Right, because he
Fine
would always just come out and make excuses.
Dude, he was
and,
so clueless about just the game as well. Like how I was always shocked that an average fan seemed like he knew more than Ollie about what's going on in the game.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why we were Ollie out, right? Like people love to be revisionist about all our managers, right? Because when Ollie was here, and especially when Rangnick came here, everyone was like, "Oh, how good was Mourinho?" Right? And then Ten Hag got here, and it got bad under Ten Hag, and people were like, "How good was Ollie?" Right? And so we love to be revisionist about our managers and say like, "Listen, we this such and such achieved this," and now we're even some people I even heard saying like, "Oh, Rangnick got a 6th," you know, and like Amorim got his 15th. So like, what the hell is going on? People don't realize it's like when you don't want to be positive, right? When you want to be negative, if you set in your mind that this is what I'm going to be, then you're going to find the reasons to be negative, right? And you could argue that about me, saying that I'm trying to find the reasons to be positive. But amongst the two alternatives, wouldn't you rather find reasons to be positive than find reasons to be negative, like just in life in general? And so
Of
I just
course.
look at Amorim and I'm like, this is the guy that, first of all, he doesn't hang his players out to dry in public, right? Even the stuff he said about Euro, I thought it was pretty constructive, right? He said like he didn't do some things right, but I there are things he's doing well, and I have full faith in him. Getting everything right in this team. And then you look at Bruno, Casemiro, all the Dorgu, all these players that are not doing well. I think he tells them what he feels in private, but he doesn't let that shit out in public. And so everything tells me this is the guy I want to get behind. Like, like the leader that I would like to vote for is who he is. And that's just my 2 cents. Semix, your thoughts?
I don't look at it as positive and negative. That's what I've told you guys this before on the podcast too. It's funny to me when people come to me and say like, "Hey man, I really appreciate how positive your channel is." And I'm like, I said 2 positive things and 18 negative. Somebody has a dog barking at me. I guess the dog doesn't agree. But
I think the dog's from Azerbaijan, bro.
or Turkey. Anyway, so I will say 2 positive things and 15 negative things on a video, and people will comment like, "I love how positive your videos are," and I'm always amazed at that, because I think people are. When I say something positive, it's because it's about the manager, and I'll say 15 negative things about 4 different players, and they're okay with that. They don't look at like, oh my God, Semix was ultra negative today because he said 15 negative things. But because it was about players and not the manager, it makes me a positive person or whatever. Guys, if you go back to my past and you watch my videos, I've said a lot of negative things about managers in the past. I said a lot of negative things about Erik ten Hag. I said some negative things about Solskjaer in the last year. But this time, because I look at the plays, I look at patterns, I look at what's trying to happen, and then I see if the players are doing it. And when I see players like Pogba or like other players who are actually running patterns, but the pattern's just not good enough to beat the opponent, then I say something's wrong with the manager. But now when I look at today's game, I go, the pattern's being run too slowly, and the final pass or shot is not of good quality, and the gaps are closing before our players are taking advantage of those gaps, then I go, something's wrong with the players. There's if you're losing, there's obviously negatives. You just have to point the finger at the right thing. Like, don't, you know what I mean? If you were working for a boss and you got blamed for something that you did as best as you could, but your boss gave you tools that are not good enough to do that job in, then blame the boss or the company, not the manager who's trying to do his best with the tools he's got. Like, but
Semix, one thing I would add to that, it's the I think the metaphor that, or the analogy that comes to mind, is throwing the baby out with the bathwater, right? Because it's not enough that we're negative about Ineos not backing him the way he should have been backed, because in the summer maybe we did it, but in the January we should have done more the year before, right?
Oh yeah,
it's not enough
was
that
not.
The players aren't good enough. Yeah, it's not that, like, we can be negative about the players and about Ineos not backing him the right way, but then people want to say, no, it's actually Amorim as well. Like, all 3 of them are at fault. And it's like, guys, come on. We have to pick a lane and stay in it, because that makes more sense, right? If you're just being negative about everything, then maybe you just have a negative outlook on life. Like, I don't understand.
Guys, I want to actually throw this at everybody at the panel. Everybody take a crack at this, because this is exactly what the Amorim outers are thinking right now while they hear me and Andy say what we just said. They're all thinking a good manager would do better with this squad. How do you counter-argue that? Because that's what they're thinking. They're listening to me talk. They're listening to Andy talk, and all they're thinking is what I just said. A good manager would do better with this squad. How do we argue against that in a logical... I have my argument, but I'm not going to say it. I already say it on my channel, so... Rishi, take it. Avon, take it. One of you guys take it. Avon, go ahead.
I mean, as a normal fan, right, I don't know how to argue that, because I see, when I see the match, I feel, okay, when I see, let's say, Luis Enrique at PSG, I think, okay, what could Luis Enrique probably do here? I think there are many questions. Like, I wonder, what if I put Sameeks, Sameeks, Andy, and you guys in front of the manager, and you were to discuss tactics? Would you be able to explain your tactics to manager, and would he understand it? Because I don't know, because I thought I used to understand the game, but you guys think that you understand the game. But maybe there's a level which that the managers are at, which you guys probably don't understand. But
it's not probably, it's guaranteed, bro.
100%.
He will say, out of 100 things, I might understand half of them.
So how do we make how do we make an argument that that another manager could do better, because we have no idea, right?
That's so. Semix made this point during our last podcast. 2 podcasts ago, when the one that James wasn't there, and essentially we were talking about the tactics in detail, and Semix said most fans unfortunately think they know ball. Not just they know ball, they know it better than the coach. Yeah. Right. And that's listen, we're not claiming, I would never say I'm like some tactics god. I think for me, the reason why you guys enjoy watching this is because I'm making content, right? I'm good at making content. So I have some knowledge of tactics. I have some knowledge of sort of building an argument, some knowledge of how to stand in front of a camera, some knowledge of how to edit. That's what makes me a good content creator. Not because I'm like better than Amorim in terms of tactics. I'm just trying to interpret based on what I'm seeing on the game, right? Just like you guys. But I'm reasonable enough with myself. When I look in the mirror, I'm not sitting here being like, dude, if he just played Dorgu today instead of Dallo, we would have freaking won that game. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be stupid of me to say, because listen, that's what I'm saying. So Oven brings up a great point, because to sit here and say, if he had just done this, we would have won the game. You don't think he's computed that probability already? You remember what's Doctor Strange, when he has the Mind Stone? He's looking at all the possibilities. Rúben Amorim is this timeline's Doctor Strange, okay? And whoever coaches the teams, they are the Doctor Strange of this timeline. They look at all the possibilities. Sometimes they get it wrong, but that doesn't mean they're idiots. Or, like, how could you get something so simple so wrong? It's just silly. There's no winning with that argument, right? If you think about, like, I know better than the manager. Okay, well, maybe you should be watching the games then, because you already know what's going to happen.
No, but that's probably why he laughed, right? That's probably why he laughed at the press conference, because the guy's saying like Mainoo, and he just starts laughing like, you don't think I thought of that?
Exactly.
Yeah, he also laughed out of like disbelief, because how many times are you gonna ask the same question, because you're gonna get the same answer. So how desperate are you for an answer? Right. Yeah. And like I don't know, dude, like if I have to answer that question, that probably a better manager would do better with these players, it's a hypothetical you can't disprove, because the burden is on you to disprove that fact, right? How can you argue against a hypothetical that doesn't even exist? I mean, it could be true, but it could be false. But they're saying that the present isn't good enough, so surely the future has to be better, the alternative has to be better, right? But if I can quote the great Jean-Paul Sartre, he said, the other is hell. So the definition of hell is that the other is hell. And the simplest explanation of that is, you don't know whether another manager will be good. And I'm not a tactics person like you, Semix, or even like Andy. I think the value that I bring to the stat padders is that I do research, I argue with logic and reasoning, and I go deeper than the first or second or third level that most people would do. So I would say to that person, okay, if you think that a better manager would do a better job, aren't these the same players that have got 2 or 3 managers sacked? So you've tried different managers. Okay, that's my first argument. They might say that, okay, but they were worse than the manager that we should have got. They were already bad managers. So that's not really disproving my argument, is what they would say. And then I would say that, okay, then who's responsible for hiring a better manager? It's Ineos and the Glazers. So isn't that where your focus should be? And the funny thing is, since the moment that the Baleba rumors came in, not a single Glazers out movement has been started, or people are not even focusing on the Glazers.
Well, no, that's why Ineos are here, to deflect from the Glazers. They're now the face of.
Not only that, there was some protests. There were actually even protests that were actually called before games, and they were cancelled because of all the
Exactly,
positive
because of the
media
Baleba
coverage.
links. Because of the
Yeah.
Baleba links. So I would say that everyone knows the reason we are in the mud is because of the Glazers, right? Every level, every
100%.
institution, and every level of the government, every level of the governing body, everyone has failed United. Everyone has failed the league because not only have they let United slide into the ground and ruined the brand of the Premier League, right? They've also enabled liars and cheats and criminals like the City Group, and they've carried on the charade for the last 2 years on the pretext of getting justice on those 115 or 130 or how many ever charges they're being investigated for. Where is the protest for that?
I'm still amazed that City can do the business they're doing with that hanging over their head. That no one has thought, well, what happens if they get? They must have got some reassurances that there's not going to be any relegation.
No, they just have better lawyers. The Premier League is just
Fair.
a bunch of people that are trying to make something happen, but they can't. And this is a state you're going up against. Like, listen, I don't want to get into politics, but UAE is doing stuff in Sudan. They have the money for that. You don't think they have the money to get rid of some, allegations from the Premier
Guys,
League?
Qatar has a population of 240,000 people. I think the area around Old Trafford must have more than 240,000 people on match days. Right? That's how tiny that country is. But because they're resource rich, they're able to buy an entire World Cup. They're able to get away with Indian fans, Indian
even PSG,
laborers.
even PSG, the impact they have on the French economy, dude.
Absolutely.
The amount of money they've invested in France, that's why they let them do whatever they want.
Sarkozy pretty much, enabled that whole thing of Qatar coming in and investing in PSG. And he was the elected French president at that time. And he sold all these defense weapons or whatever, fighter jets to Qatar. And in exchange, he got them to invest in the country. Right? There are people doing crazy things above way beyond our understanding and even imagination, right? You can just go online and look at what the owners of Newcastle are doing. Qatar, when they were trying to build up the infrastructure for that World Cup, every other day there were 2 laborers dying, and you know where those laborers were from? They were from my country.
India, Pakistan, yeah.
They were from Awan's homeland. They were from Nepal. And I've seen all these people, okay? I used to live in the Middle East. I've seen the conditions that these people go in. 6 a.m., we used to be standing at the bus stop for a school bus to pick us up. And we would see 50, 60 of these laborers just waiting for these construction site pickup trucks to come so that they could just jump in. Semics must know what I'm talking about. That's how it happens in California, right? Bunch of Mexican illegals waiting for some guy to come up for a construction site.
Not as bad as it is over there.
Oh my god!
I mean, I can only go over what I've seen in the movies.
Rishi, I have a counter argument to your argument, by the way.
Yeah, I thought you were saying Samiq knows because I lived in Kuwait, not because of the California.
Yeah,
part.
That would have been a better shout. But RSV, can we hear from RSV? Because
listen, I'm going to go. I got dinner on. I'm just going to leave. I've got dinner on. Thank you very much for having me, and we'll see you guys soon. Ciao.
Hey, see you, Marcus.
Bye. We got President Robert in the house, but yeah, RSV, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for having me on. It's my debut as well, so.
Can I just say that's an amazing living room?
Oh,
I mean, you must be doing nice for yourself.
It's a background, yeah.
It's a background.
It's a background, dude.
It's a background.
Can you have a Xerxes debut, please? Score a goal.
Yes. He's going to do it. RSV, go ahead. Where are you calling in from?
Thanks, man. I'm calling from Michigan, USA.
Ooh.
Nice. Pretty close to where I am.
Livonia?
Yeah, I'm like 3 to 4 hours like from Toronto, so.
But that's by drive, right? It's even faster by flight. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By drive, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, so anyways, I'm going back to the point that you guys were talking about earlier when you said that, like, a lot of United fans think that a new manager will just, like, come in. Well, if that's the case, if we do go through a new manager bounce, we'll just keep on, like, going in full circle, like what we did under Ollie from the moment he took over, or what Ten Hag did after that 4-0 loss against Brentford. Because, like, remember when we beat Barcelona midweek in the Europa League group stage, then we beat Newcastle, like, the following week in the Carabao Cup final. Then we got absolutely destroyed by Liverpool. Like, prior to that, which was like a purple patch run of form, during that, like, particular, like, time frame, United fans, bro, like a vast majority of United fans deluded themselves into thinking that, like, we're way better than what we actually are, when in reality we were just playing counter-attacking football, that we like
Yeah.
cannot basically adapt to the players' strengths. And that's like the polar opposite of what Amram is trying to do. Because, like, if you're asking Amram to, like, cater to the players, like, if those fans, those United fans who think they know more than that they actually do, to, like, adapt to, like, cater to the players' strengths, then they're just, like, basically asking them to do what Ten Hag did after that 4-0 loss against Brentford. And if that's the case, then Marcus Rashford, because of that purpose 24, Marcus Rashford was given a new contract. Luke Shaw and
Yep.
Diogo Dalot were also given new
Sins of
contracts.
2023.
Exactly, and that turned out to be a long-term disaster. Like I'm completely fine with this whole pain in the short term under Amram, though, because, like, we don't have the center backs and the midfielders who are capable of, like, progressing ball from
Left wing back as well.
the back, and the left wing back as well. Like, we barely have any, like, progressive carriers, especially in that back line and in that midfield. So
Yeah. So okay, according to the chat, he is having a Xerxes debut. He actually looks like he's having a Rooney in the Champions League debut, because he's pretty close to scoring a hat trick here with all his points. But I agree with you, man. RSV, you're saying a lot of the things that we've already said on the channel in terms of it's essentially the expectation versus reality meme, right?
Mhm.
Because we're all expecting us to, because had we just won all the games in terms of just put something in there
there'd be
says
no
Arsenal
noise at
lost
all.
today. If someone says title charges on because Arsenal lost, yeah, for City. But yeah, so for me, it's like we need to be realistic, man. We thought the summer window was probably better than it was because we got 3 good players.
Mhm.
But what we didn't realize is how bad the squad actually was,
Yeah.
right? And so many of the games that we've been disappointed with were such fine margins, right? Because had we won one against Arsenal, one against Fulham, we probably don't lose against Grimsby then, right? Because we go into that game with more belief. Then the other games as well that I can think of. You look at Villa right now; they're on 30 points, and they have expected points of like 16 or something.
18,
Yeah,
right?
18. They're
18,
overperforming
okay.
by 66%.
Yeah, they're overperforming by 12 points or 66%. And then it's just a situation where if we were that overperforming team, right? If we were the team that was overperforming our expected points, we'd be where Villa is and nobody would be talking about it. So sometimes things can go your way and sometimes every single thing can go against you. Like us losing to Spurs in the Europa League final. And so many people that are Amram out now were Amram out back then, right? Because we lost to a crap Spurs team. 6 months in, you want to sack a manager because we lost a final that we prioritized all our entire season for. So that's how fickle the fan base has become. Like I feel like all the United fans are just spending too much time with Arsenal fans. That's honestly what it feels like because it's so reactionary. Yeah,
sorry to cut you off there, but it's also this, like, entitlement attitude. Like, they're still stuck in that bubble where they still think it's, like, 1999 or 2001 or 2008 when
we're united.
Yeah,
we're united, right?
without accepting the reality of the situation.
RSV, by the way, can I just remark that your voice is so distinct. It's unlike any voice that I've heard on the channel so far.
Could my AirPods?
No, it sounds good.
No, in a
He's
good
saying-
way.
He's
In a
saying
good
your
way.
cadence,
In a
your
good way.
cadence, your intonation, the way you speak is unique.
Yeah,
That's what he's saying.
you should do like voiceovers for movies and stuff.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. One man on a mission to defy the odds and bring United back to the top of the Premier League. Rúben Amorim, this summer at the Theatre of Dreams near you.
Starring
That's why
Kobie Mainoo as the star substitute.
as the antagonist.
Yeah.
That's why I ignore these certain.
No,
things.
it would be the coming of age story, right, of Kobie Mainoo, how he defeated Amorim to get his career back on track, and then Scholes. You guys ever think if let's say Amorim gets sacked and Kobie gets back in the team, do you think they finally take ownership of Kobie being bad for himself, or is it still going to be Amorim's not playing him for 2 years or whatever?
Oh.
I know the answer. You don't have to answer that. I'm bored of this conversation. I've had 4 Kobie conversations in this week, guys. I was begging. I looked up Man United news before planning the show, and all I could find is Kobie Mainoo, bro. I'm like, let's just get over it, man. Let's just get over it, please. Generational talent, my ass. Like, I haven't seen that from him. I have seen. I'm serious. I'm sick of this. I've seen him do some good things. He's good in very specific aspects of his game, right? He's press resistant. He's good at like short passing, but that's it. Like, I haven't seen more than that from him. And the way he's behaving, right? Even if you think he's a generational talent, he's behaving like he's Ronaldo after he's made it, right? In terms of how he's treating the club. He wants 200K per week for what? Scoring some goals in the one final here and then scoring in the Lyon game. I get it. You've done some good things, but these are the same people that say we need to have higher standards for the manager. Why can't we have high standards for the player?
Also, on your point.
Sorry, I just have a super chat. Let me just read this. Stanley Chinedu says, I believe Amorim tries playing his best team, but the mentality is an issue. He needs the right players, especially in the middle. Cause these players, I don't know if you missed out on saying something there, but you're essentially talking about the mentality issue, right? And that's absolutely true. Like, mentality is a big problem for this club, and the only way we change it is we take away player power. So, I mean, that's the only answer I have. Like, we've been relying on player power for so long. Sure, Oven. I can get someone else on.
Yeah. So, Andy.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
The big problem that I have with this menu situation is that everybody says that the motto of United is youth, courage, success. But when I look at it, taking into a deep dive, because these guys have made me so mad that I had to go and research of this term about youth, courage, success. Well, I have 5 sitting cards next week. So I looked at the team that was the first team in the class of 92 were coming through, and the guys who were in the first team were seasoned pros. Those guys were actually class, because in defense we had Steve Bruce and Gary Pallister. In our defense right now we have Matthijs de Ligt and Mazraoui, Maguire, and Lisandro. Of all those,
we had Dennis Irwin too, right, back then.
Yes, because the backline back then, I think the team was Steve Bruce, Pallister, Arwin. Who's this guy? The left back, I've forgotten him. Yeah,
Schmeichel in goal.
Schmeichel in goal.
Parker.
You have the midfielders as Roy Keane, Brian Robson, Kalczynski, Giggs, who was already in the team. Then your striker is Cantona and Hughes. But if I look at the team currently, starting from the goalkeeper, our goalkeeper he's a 23-year-old. That's a baby in goalkeeper terms. Then you have 2 Bayern Munich rejects as part of your defense, an injury-prone Lisandro Martinez, Harry Maguire, who, I'll be honest, as good as it's been for us, I think it's time we move away from Harry.
Also injury prone. Maguire's also injury prone.
He's also injury prone. You go into a midfield, you have Casemiro, who is a real.
Hey, hold on. You haven't mentioned Luke Shaw. You mentioned 4 injury, 4 prone players, and you forgot Luke Shaw.
Then you have Luke Shaw, somebody he has played less than close to. I don't think he has played more than 50% of the games he's supposed to.
We did played his 300th game. He just played his 300th game, and he's been here 12 years. Bruno finished 300 games before Luke Shaw, and he came here like 6 years after him.
Yes. Then also you look at your midfield. You have Casemiro, a Real Madrid reject. Real Madrid had seen Casemiro's decline come in really early. What did you do? We go ahead and sign Casemiro. Then you have Bruno, who is not even an 8, who I don't even think will make our squad. This is my perspective, because I've always said from the 23-24 season that I think this team should sell Bruno Fernandes, not because he's a bad player or he's a bad influence on the team, but because that will be showing willing progress to move on as a team into to better heights and move on from the situation we are in currently. Then you have Ahmad, and I'll be honest with you guys, as much as you guys normally rate Ahmad, for me, I think if we go back to the top, Ahmad turns into Martinelli situation at Arsenal right now. He's a good player, but he's not good enough to be your starter. Then you've got Mbumo, Cunha, and Sheshko, guys who have come in this season. They've not, how many games have they even played together? I look at that team, and I'm like, guys, this is not 1990 where we were playing our A game. How do you say that you need to be putting Mainoo on? Is also, I don't rate Mainoo. I've never rated him ever since he broke into the team. I'll be honest with you guys, because he broke in when I was still in high school, and I was like, no way, this guy is this good. So like, I watched the game for myself because I was like, the way I hear people talking of Mainoo, is he really this good? But I looked at him and was like, this kid is just doing what our midfielders can't do. And the fact that we had a black hole in midfield, it typically made it easier for him to defend because he didn't have to cover large spaces. So I'm like, why is Mainoo even in the conversation? This kid, Lisandro Martinez, has more goal contributions than Mainoo, and he has been injured for 300 days. What are you guys saying?
Who's this guy? You gotta turn your camera on, man. Like, you gotta turn your camera. You can't just come in and spit all this fire and then not have a camera.
Dude, we've been trying to get him. So, by the way, Semix, just so you know, Robert here is from
Guess
Kenya.
his age. No, hold on. Semix, guess his age.
Oh, don't make me be rude. Because he sounds old. Like, he sounds like my age.
And you tell him.
Bro,
Robert, tell him how old you are.
Yeah, I'm 19 years old.
You said what now? Yeah, turn the camera on. I don't believe you, bro. Turn the camera on. 19. He's got 3 kids.
I'm not joking. Sam, we'll get back to his point because he made some good points. I don't want to make light of that situation. But we were here, I think, a week ago, 10 days ago, when Robert was here and he was spitting some facts. And then in the middle of his statement, he goes, in 23-24 season, I was still in high school. And I was like, what? Wait.
What?
Hold the tape. What are you talking about? You were in high school like 2 years ago? Like, how old are you, bro? Because everyone here were saying if this guy ran for president of Kenya, I'd be voting for him. Okay, the way he speaks, like, this guy is somebody I want to, lead into war. Speaking of Rúben Amorim, but yeah.
And
so
Semix,
then,
the thing is sorry, Andy. We got to complete the whole picture. We got to give Robert his flowers like every single time because the ball knowledge on this kid. In the middle of making his point, he pulls out Guti Hernandez, who
for Mason Mount, it was a Mason Mount conversation.
It was a Mason Mount conversation. He says Guti Hernandez wasn't the flashiest name, but he still did a job. He had quality, and he says Guti Hernandez in that whole Galactico squad. And I said Guti retired like 14 years back when he was 5 years old, maybe, and he still knows like the ball knowledge on Robert. It's amazing. Which is why I said to your first question, how am I so positive? It's this amazing community, man. Like, which other community has a 19-year-old kid spitting facts and displaying crazy ball knowledge? Like, amazing, Robert. Hats off, dude. I always love to see you on the stream. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, I will say that like what Robert said is considered hot takes, right? I mean, you can really break it down. There's like 3 hot takes in there. And the truth is, though, they shouldn't be hot takes because they're very, very close to reality, if not actual reality. I mean, but that's the problem. That reality is considered a hot take.
Yeah. Well, it's like I don't know, man. It's like politics, right? You know how it's very polarizing in almost every country now, and you're either left or right, or you're just apathetic and you just don't want anything to do with it. And with United, it's the same thing. You're either Amorim in, you're Amorim out, or you're just like I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna turn everything off and not talk about it. I just want to introduce Landre, by the way. Is this your first time on camera?
Yeah, it's my first time on cam. Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing, man? Nice to see you.
Good.
You're also in Michigan, aren't you?
No, I'm in Texas.
Oh, Texas. Right.
What part of Texas?
My bad.
I'm in Houston.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty
awesome.
Good weather. First thing I wanted to say is the Premier League is not easy. We have to. I think Robert was alluding to that fact a little bit where we got to temper our expectation, right? We've been going down as a team in terms of quality of players, quality of everything, quality of Old Trafford, quality of the team backing the team. We've been going down since 2013 while other teams have been coming up. We're not just going to magically switch it at one time. The Premier League is not easy. Liverpool just spent an insane amount of money on some of the best players in the world, to be fair, before they got there anyways. And they're dragging games with Leeds right now. And I posted in the group, if you switch up for 1 second in the Premier League, you can lose 30 games worth of work if you switch up for 1 second in the Premier League. That's my original thoughts, going into this. And going back to the whole Mainoo thing, I think this whole thing is just getting ridiculous at this point. I think if I was the higher ups at Manchester United, I would legit tell the media team, we're not taking any questions about Mainoo anymore. Let's just stop it. It's getting ridiculous. Mainoo is a player of Manchester United, and he needs to be managed by the coach how the coach sees fit. Mainoo is not a magic answer to the problems we have. He doesn't even plug into the team anywhere right now. So you expect a coach with a winning record like Amorim's with a philosophy to just change all of it and shape it all around Mainoo? Mainoo is a world-class player in terms of talent, but he's not a world-class player now. And we both know
it's the
Mainoo
potential, right? It's the potential that people...
potential. He's not there now.
Yeah.
And we both know he's never going to be Messi or Ronaldo level. There are only two players worth building a team around. Well, maybe four. Messi and Ronaldo types. Every other person has to fit into the team. Why did Mbappe work at PSG? Why did PSG win the Champions League after Mbappe went? The team comes first. The team comes first. I think it's getting ridiculous at this point, what's happening with Mainoo. And I think a lot of it is also, first of all, if you've watched Mainoo from when he was a kid, he's always had a straight face. He's never been one to smile in general. So now when all these things start
people
happening,
are analyzing his smile.
people are not. It's so ridiculous. Why are you analyzing his? Oh, look at my boy Mainoo. Shut up, man. You're making this thing worse. And I genuinely don't think the kid is taking this as bad as a lot of his fans are taking it. I think he genuinely understands that. First of all, my competition right now is Bruno. I am not better than Bruno. Now, to be fair, I've said before, I would love to see Amorim play him in the 10 role. Because if Mount is playing in that role, then I think Mainoo can play there too. And maybe there's a conversation to be had around that later. But the kid himself knows. I think he genuinely understands that, dude.
Landry, sorry to interject, but have you seen the Instagram thing that's been going on? Kobie liking that comment, Kobie liking that Instagram
People
post.
like posts for different reasons. I don't even know. First of all, that could have been his team. There's 1,000 different reasons, and that could have been taken in a different way.
Okay,
like
I was asking.
Sorry, go ahead.
Just a
Robert.
bit. What is actually about the Instagram? Because I haven't seen it.
It was a post. I think it was where Amorim laughed when he was asked a question about Mainoo.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, he laughed. Oh my God, we're reading into the smallest of things. I'm losing. I can't believe it. A simple, just a 5-second laugh is now something that's an Instagram post. This is crazy.
Yeah, so Robert, basically,
I think it's another.
sorry, Landry, I'll just explain to Robert. So there was, that Amorim was asked about Kobie again in the press conference, and then he happened to laugh. And then Sport Bible or Lad Bible, one of these Instagram accounts, they made a post out of it. And Kobie, from his official account, Kobie or his representatives, they liked that post. So now that's become like a thing that, Kobie also agrees that, Amorim isn't taking him seriously. So I hear Landry's side of things. I had not thought of it that it could be someone from his team who's acting out of order, right? But the other part of that argument is this is how Garnacho started out, right? Garnacho's whole exit from the club was engineered starting from these very steps where he liked posts about that were critical of the managers, even Amorim and even Ten Hag before him. This kept happening. So I actually don't know what to make.
I thought that was his junior brother.
Same thing, dude. If Rishi, hold on, if Rishi's saying something on this channel, can I just say that's not on me, that's on him.
True. You have a point,
right? So I need to take ownership for that. So hold on, I'll just say this, right? I will give Kobie all of the credit you want, right? I will say let's just say his biggest supporters, right? Maybe his family members, they would say he has the potential to be world class. He's on the same level as Phil Foden. They could say a bunch of things about him that are like deferring to things we haven't actually seen. Okay, let's just say that's true for a second. Isn't it also true that we haven't seen that in the minutes that he's gotten
Absolutely.
this season? This season, he played against Grimsby. He came on against Everton he played 32 minutes against Everton. We haven't really seen that. Okay, so isn't there a world where we can just have that player go thrive in some other system and be okay with that? Because we had Salah not succeed at Chelsea, but he came back to Liverpool and he was a god, right? We had De Bruyne not succeed at Chelsea. He left and became better elsewhere. I think Lukaku was also in that team. He went much and became much better at Everton, right? Later. So there's a lot of players in recent history. You could even look at Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer was surplus to requirement at Man City, and he's Chelsea's best player, right? So I don't get this whole hyper on. I feel like we have this what's that called? We have this hoarding mentality in a way where we're just like we want to keep all our players and we want all of them to succeed here.
I think it's also a bit
I don't understand that
remorse from I think a lot of Manchester United fans are not impressed with the way some of our youth players have gone to do better at other teams, particularly starting from Pogba. Even though Pogba was Fergie's, by the way. By the way, there's some people who criticize Fergie for the way he handled Pogba, which is insane, by the way. But from Pogba, where we let Pogba go, and we ended up buying our own player back for 75 million. Alvaro Carreras is another case where it definitely seems like we're mismanaging some of the talents that we should be pushing forward. I see that side of it, but I don't think
none of that happened under Ineos, though, right?
Yes,
like you need to look at it under Ineos.
Mainoo's case is part of it, but I think a lot of people are using that and now looking at they're going to do it again with Mainoo. Yeah. The thing is, right? If Mainoo doesn't work out, we have Thwaites, we have Kone. I don't care. I love
Orozco as well.
I care about the club more. Mainoo can go succeed at Barcelona or wherever. If Kone and Thwaites come out just as good or better, I'm fine. I'm not.
Also to add on the Mainoo point, I hear some people saying that Mainoo won't work in an Amorim system, that he's more of a Pep type of player. But even looking at Pep right now, he's moving from his style of football. He's even if you look at the signings he made in the summer or recently, he has changed a lot of the way he wants to play because he's realized this is the Premier League. The Premier League is now it's like it's in its physicality peak.
He's moved to a transitional type of football.
Yeah, because that's what suits the Premier League right now, because teams have gotten much better at playing out from the back. Yeah. Teams have much more physical players, so you can't just play tiki-taka. Yeah,
you
exactly.
Can't tiki-taka your way out of it.
I wanna, guys, we're already live. Hold on, Robert, 1 second. We're already live for 2 hours and 17 minutes, and Rafael has also come in, and he hasn't had a say yet. So I want to do this. I want to get Rafael's final thoughts on the Mainoo thing, and then also get Rafael's thoughts on the Wolves game. What you think is going to happen? Give us a score prediction. And then I want to hear from the rest of you as well in terms of score prediction for Wolves. Because
by the way, 101 people live, absolute legends, all of you. Almost 2 hours and 20 minutes onto the call. Hats off to all of you.
Yeah, absolutely. And smash a like, please.
Yeah, smash a like, please.
Yes, Rafael, go ahead. Give us your wrap us up on the Mainoo situation as someone who's been supporting the club for a long time, and then tell us about Wolves.
Well, first of all, it's an honor to be in the company of Jean-Paul Richer. Eric Cantona would be proud of you. Brings philosophy, politics to your channel, your worthy channel. I think my feeling is that it's a problem. It's a very unusual problem because Kobie Mainoo is a local player, and he did so incredibly well in that first season, which was but then he's dropped off, and it was actually, I was predicting that, and it was predictable because he was probably burned out. Second season, new player, changing management, injuries, everything, and he's got to fight back. He's just got to fight back, like any other player has to fight back. Harry Maguire fought back. Casemiro last season was on the bench. He fought back. There's too much clamour because in part he's a local boy. Partly I think it's a rod to beat Amorim with.
Yeah.
But he doesn't deserve to play. Does he deserve to play above Bruno? Of course not. I mean, what has Kobie Mainoo achieved? 1 season. What has Bruno achieved? 6 seasons, something like that. Plays every single match, puts everything in. He can be frustrating. Sometimes we don't like him, but this is a guy who sweats for this club, sweats blood for this club. So Kobie Mainoo, I think, is out of here. Sadly, he's a great talent, but I think he himself hasn't got the mind to fight for his place or to wait.
Yeah.
That's my take.
I think it's one of those things, Raphael. It's a good point because I think it's one of those things, and we've all been there, right? You might have a manager that at whatever job you have that gives you some feedback, but you don't like it or you don't want to take it on board, and you think it's, or even a parent, right? A parent telling you don't do that, it's not good for you, and then later down the line, maybe a few months, few years down the line, you realize, man, that guy was right, or that person was right. Like, I should have actually taken that feedback on board, and I should have put in the hard yards to become better as a player, and I didn't do it. And I feel like this is going to be Mainoo's moment for that, because what is Amorim actually asking him to do? He's asking him to be good enough to play over a 33-year-old Casemiro and a 31-year-old Bruno. As a 20-year-old with as much talent as people say you have, if you're not able to do that, what does that say about your mentality? What does that say about your character? Because I know Semix talks about this all the time. He talks about character, right? Whether you can handle the character. And Xerxes, can you imagine that? Xerxes has shown more character than Kobie Mainoo. He got booed at Newcastle, came back and played in the team. His last 2 goals in the Premier League were against Everton last year when we beat them 4-0 in Amorim's 3rd game. He has stayed on the bench. He's been warming the bench as a 6'4" striker when we literally went and bought a 6'5" striker over him to start over him. And he comes in and he was arguably in this last 3-game stretch been our best player. Right? So where is the hustle? Where's the fight from Mainoo? That's what pisses me off. It's not about the talent, right? Talent.
I think it's
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, the thing is that he has been given chances. Last season, Amorim played him, I think, probably ahead of Casemiro at times. He's had chances this year. He failed, let's say, as everyone else did, against Grimsby. 4th tier Grimsby. Couldn't he show up and show us that he's a world-class talent? If he is, I think it's really, the agenda is very unfair here around Kobie Mainoo. It's not that I like this guy. I wish he could stay at United, but I think it's done. And I think partly it's on him, maybe significantly on him. Yeah, it's very sad in a way. You have a young talent that as good as him, but he's not willing to fight.
I don't think it's done, though. That's my opinion. I don't think it's done. I think it's a whole nothing burger. And I think Amorim made a very important point that he said it like 4 press conferences ago or something like that. This is not the situation you bring up and coming young players into. You bring up and coming young players into the squad, they will not perform to their best. There's so much pressure. They make one mistake, the whole world's on them. The people that are supposed to be performing at the top level, so they can have a little bit of an off game, are not performing.
Landry, to be fair, I think he was talking more about Shea Lacey than Kobie Mainoo, because Mainoo's been established in the team for some time.
Yeah, I agree, but I put Mainoo in that category because let's look at it from a perspective of one of the things Mainoo needs to improve on is something you gain with experience. As a CDM, you need to be able to predict spaces.
Absolutely, Landry. And I agree with you. I agree with you.
Would start over Mainoo right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Landry, I agree with you. But my thing is, I think Kobie himself is not as patient as we are with him. You and I are waiting and willing to give him that time. He himself is not willing to give himself that time. We'll be understanding if he doesn't get too many minutes in this season.
And his camp, they've all going to his head and stuff like that. I do agree with you. He's not giving himself that time. Yeah.
Last season, Pep Guardiola said something like, "I'd love to give players time. I'd love to give them a run of games, academy players, but I can't. I can't afford to. If Pep Guardiola can't afford to, What do you think?
Yeah, because he
Rúben
said
Amorim
it's not
could do?
fair to the other players, right? He basically said, I have a full squad of players. It's not fair to the players that are better than the academy players that I start the academy players.
Yeah, but whereas the point Pep was saying, I think, was also that, you know, every player, basically, they might get 10 minutes. They've just got to prove it. It's not a fair thing. Football is cruel. It's not about fairness. It's not about, oh, who deserves a chance. And if Pep Guardiola says, I can give you 10 minutes, you've got to make it work. That's just life
Yeah.
sometimes.
And
Rafael,
it's the same
with Kobie.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Wolves game as well, because I have to go touch some grass or touch some snow, whatever it is. We've been live for a long time. Semix has been here the whole time as well. Let's talk about the Wolves game, and then we can leave it here, because I'm sure the Kobie Mainoo conversation is going to be the Russian doll that keeps on giving. So we'll be here till the summer when he gets sold, right? Talking about Mainoo every day. But go on, tell us what do you think is going to happen in the Wolves game?
I think we're going to win, because I think there's so much trashing of the team that they're going to, in the same way they were trashed after Everton, they came back against Palace. I mean, it's an unfortunate thing about our team. We're a yo-yo team sometimes, moments team. But this one, I think we're going to win. It's going to be tough, though. I can see Wolves doing something amazing, and then we can't come back. But overall, I think those players probably think, you know, they've got to prove something.
Nice. I like the positive outlook. Rishi, sorry, Rafael, what's your score prediction?
We can't predict anything with Man United.
You just predicted a win, though.
Well, you put me on the spot. Okay. All right. I think 2-1. We're going to let in a goal somewhere. Okay. We always let in a goal.
Got it. Rishi.
You know, for this whole this 5-game stretch, when we did the preview, we predicted a loss in this Wolves game, right? But the other results we predicted didn't go exactly the way they eventually did, because we predicted an Everton win and a West Ham win and a Palace loss, right? And we are actually 2 points behind where we predicted we would be. We are on 4 points from in that 5-game stretch. We should have been at 6 points. And the Wolves game is a loss. So that makes me think that if the prediction is to come right, we have to win one of Bournemouth or Wolves. And I think it's better to win the Wolves game, and I don't mind losing the Bournemouth game. Of course, I want us to win both games. Let's not misunderstand that. But I just get the feeling that we have to win against Wolves. We cannot lose to the bottom of the table. Absolutely not. Because we will be slated, and the Amorim outers are just starting to poke their head out of the holes. They're going to come rushing out like gerbils, and they're absolutely going to ruin the whole Twitter timeline for Semix, and he's going to go mad. So for the sake of his mental health, I hope he beat Wolves. I don't care what the scoreline will be. It could be 1-0 with a dodgy 95th minute penalty.
I also think what's it called? Semix's girlfriend is not going to enjoy if we lose against Wolves, because he's going to be talking about this guy on Twitter. Can you believe what he says? Yeah, go on, Semix. It's you, bro.
My problem is that we proved last season, and we're starting to prove this season, that anytime we have a game every 3 days, we don't do well. That's my fear. So if you want me to speak tactically, I would tell you that I have no doubt that we're going to win the game. But if you want me to speak when based on history and logic, because it's a game after 3 days, I don't see how we're going to play well. We've proven we can't play well. So I'm not. Tactically, we win 3-1. Logically, it's a 1-1 draw.
Okay. Robert?
Just as I told you guys in this stretch.
Semix, can I ask you something?
Sure.
I respect you and Andy and James a lot for your analysis. And it occurred to me recently, I wondered, do you think this group of players have actually reached a certain ceiling? And that we saw, those sort of 5 games where they did really well.
Raphael, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I would rather just finish the Wolves game and move on
sorry,
because
sorry.
it is. I'm really trying to go touch some grass.
That's
And,
a really
Okay,
good.
has been
That's a long
shift.
conversation for a different video. But
Exactly. It's a long question. But so
It
please
just-
come on again, Raphael, and we can have that conversation. But Robert, you were saying about the Wolves game. Give us your prediction.
Just as I told you guys before, I expect us to win. Just the same I expect us to draw West Ham. So for me, it's a win. But I think it's going to be a cagey win. One where you'll be shitting yourself for the game to just end.
So every win we've got this season, basically.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough, Robert. Landry?
Mbumo is gonna rise like a phoenix from the ashes and avenge his misdeeds for the past 3 games. I'm predicting a Mbumo hat trick.
Oh my God!
Yes, Mbumo hat trick. Bruno goal. Bruno man of the match.
You know he doesn't play for Brentford anymore, right?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's gonna revenge all the. He's gonna avenge all the nonsense he's done.
All right.
I genuinely think where the players are gonna come back. We might concede a goal, but I think the players are definitely gonna look at this game and be like, "We're tired of being talked about negatively," and they're gonna go out there and do something.
Okay.
At least 4 goals. That's my prediction.
Okay, guys, I'm the last guy to go. I think we're losing this game.
Oh, come on.
I think we're losing this game. Listen, we're sitting here. You don't understand. They play a 3-4-3 system. They haven't had a single win the whole year. We're looking at their 2 midfielders. They're not even that good in terms of where we want to be in like the long term, and we're salivating looking at their midfielders. We would take Andre and João Gomez in our midfield too in a second. And Casemiro and Bruno have not only played back-to-back games, they've played 90 minutes in 2 games in a row. They're going to be dead on their feet. And I would honestly, I would rather lose this game having Kobie and Ugarte in the midfield just because we would have fresh legs. And actually give the Amorim haters some more fuel to the fire, saying that he's ruined Kobie, he's ruined Ugarte, whatever they want to say, because I just don't see how Bruno and Casemiro after that, like it would be me seeing something I've never seen before from those 2 guys to have that level of fitness, because they fade within games. How are they going to play 390 minutes in the space of like 7 days or 8 days or whatever? So for me, this is going to be a loss, and I'm just worried that it's going to be a bad one, because this might be the second coming of Brentford, the 3-1 that we had against Brentford. This could be that game. I'm telling you guys, and listen, we would still be on for my prediction by beating Bournemouth the week after that. We'd still be on 7 points like I predicted, and I'm not saying this to be right. I hate this, right? Remember, Semix, remember when we had the podcast? That was the first place I actually predicted 7 points. And both you and James were far more optimistic than I was, which, again, I don't blame you, because we should be positive about the club, right? I will never shit on somebody for being positive or optimistic about the club. But my problem is the players have shown us they don't have the required fitness to play in the Premier League, based like this squad right now. We don't have... we still have some of the same issues, right? Dalot had 1 good game, followed it up with a bad game. He scored a goal, and people are forgetting that he had a shit for 68 minutes, right? People are focusing on Dorgu, but Dalot wasn't great either, right? And then you're looking at Xerxes. He came off in the 78th minute. How do we know that wasn't a knock? Or like him having an issue of playing 3 games in a row as well?
That was a knock. He looked like he was limping to me.
Okay, yeah, there you go. So he if he has a knock, Cunha's still coming back from the concussion thing. He's had such a stop-start season. He might have a bad game. Mbumo looks knackered. Mbumo and Ahmad have both played 90 minutes in each of our last 5 games, right? So I'm looking at this team, and the positivity guy is being negative. You guys should be worried. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy who finds ways to be positive about everything in this club is worried about this game. And the thing I'm worried about is not the loss, because like I said, Rishi and I predicted the 7 points, and people thought, "Oh, how are you predicting top 4 if you're going to predict 7 points in this game?"
That was
right?
me. Yeah,
And
I asked you.
No. It's not even you. It was people in the comments. It's not even you. I'm not having a go at Semix, because that was a genuine question from Semix. I'm saying from the comments, so many people are like, "Oh, unsubscribing. If we get more than 7 points, I'm blocking you guys' channel." I wonder where that guy is right now. Okay, I wonder where that guy is right now, because there's a
We
reason
are
we
getting
said
more
it.
than 7 points. We're beating Wolves and Bournemouth. What do you mean?
Let's see. I hope you're right, bro, because we
I
predicted
hope you're
between
right. Yeah.
we
Yeah.
predicted between 6 and 9 points, and we landed on 7. Right. So if we draw the next game and win the next one, we're gonna get 8 points. So we'll still be like within the range that I predicted. But my point is, this team is not consistent enough. If we were consistent enough, we would have already been in the top 4. We would have already been where City is. Right. We are not there yet. We don't have the squad yet. And you see the issue. I'm going to give you guys an analogy, and we'll leave it here. You look at how knackered Mbeumo looks by being the main guy for the last 5, 10, 15 games. He did it for a 3-game spell. After that, he's had poor touches. He looks like there's too much pressure on him, etc., etc. Bruno Fernandes has been doing that shit for 6 years.
Oh,
Bruno has been doing it for 6 years, guys, and look at how well he's been performing despite of the mental pressure on him. He scored at one point. He had 50 goal contributions in 50 games or whatever when he first came in, right? And since then, he went through the Ronaldo thing, trying to create chances for him. He played through Rashford. Every single challenge that's been thrown his way, he's been able to stand up to it. And we want to shit on that guy, right? So, and I'm telling you, that is what Kobie Mainoo is going up against. Right?
Big call.
That is who he's going up against. He's going up against the guy who has put the team on his back consistently. In his sleep, he'll put his team on the back. Kobie Mainoo can't even put his own career on his back. And so we'll leave it at that, guys. Thank you for joining today. Heated stream towards the end, but yeah, Semix, go ahead.
Can I just say that you guys, after you leave here, if you still feel like watching something, our third devil just went live. So go to United Muppeteers and let them know Andy and Semix sent you. And
yeah, absolutely. I didn't even know that. Great shout, Semix. Good job there. Go
Andy,
to Semix and say
Andy,
coming
my
here from Footy with a
heart
Net.
sinks. Andy, my heart sinks when you said what you did. But I think you're probably right. And that's why my heart is sinking. And what Semix said earlier on about 3 days or whatever.
If you gave me a draw right now in the Wolves game, I would take it.
I'd bite your hand off. I would bite your hand off. Guarantee a draw.
Guarantee a draw, I would take it. And I want us to win because nobody watches my videos, guys. Nobody watches Semix's videos. We're losing subscribers this whole 5 game stretch.
That's true, by the way. We are losing subscribers every time United lose. So it's really important you guys hit that like button on any one of our videos. The ones that aren't leaving us, the ones that are staying subscribed. It's really important you guys hit the like button. And
also
and
have some more mental fragility, bro. Like I'm not the one making Casemiro miss all his passes, okay?
There's a true cost to being positive. Being a hater is free. Being negative is free. Being positive, it's a real cost. Being hopeful is that's a sign of
commitment. It's a commitment. You're right, Landry. Yeah, good shout.
Exactly. All right, guys, that's it for us today. Thank you so much. Successful hate watch. So Scousers in the mud. Let's leave you with some positivity there.
All you legends in the stream right now, if you could, once the stream ends, go to the stream, go to the video, and leave a comment under it. That helps with the algorithm too. If you could do that, that would be much appreciated. Thank you, guys.
Yes. And go check out Muppeteers. He's live now. Go say hi
and
to
also
James.
go if you aren't on Semix's channel already, please go watch it. He does amazing stuff on there.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Cool.